Yo, what's good? Man, what's good, everybody? How y'all feeling out there? Let me put this thing on here real quick. Go on. How y'all feeling out there tonight? I ain't feeling so good, man. I'm playing injured. So I'm trying to deal with this sickness. Mind motivation, what's good? Coach Color Blocks, what's good? Coach Color Blocks, you said what? What are the Bears' names? I'm not sure. What's good, everybody? What's good? What's good? Yo, what's good? The New York Knicks is in the building. What's good? What's good? Oh, the Bears behind me. Oh, man, I don't know. They ain't mine. L Maddox, what's good? Yeah, I'm trying to, man. I got some weird stomach thing going on. You talking about the Bears behind me? My bad, man. I'm out of it, kinda, but into it. So I want to talk about Frank Ntlikina, right? Hold on for a second. Let me see. Hold on. All right. Yeah, so I want to talk about Hoodie Cab. What's good? Hey,
Can you hear me?
yeah, man. Yeah, man. I like that color. That color is nice. That dress shirt.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I got to keep it fresh sometimes. Getting
Yeah.
colors that people don't be thinking about.
Yeah. I have about, no lie to you, I have about 150 dress shirts. I have about 150 of them, and it's the most embarrassing. You know how people say, "Man, I have 100 pair of sneakers." I have about 150 dress shirts and about 200 neckties.
I'm in the same boat.
Yeah,
I figured I'm not wearing a tie tonight because I'm working overnight tonight,
yeah,
and there's nobody here for me to impress.
right, right,
Nobody's gonna be coming down, so it's like let me relax a little bit.
right. I feel you. And I accumulated dress shirts when I was selling insurance, and so I had to be super impressive because the first impression with clients was the only thing I had to kind of go by. You know what I'm saying? Because when people don't know you, the first impression is everything. So yeah.
Exactly.
Tonight, man, tonight I have a tummy thing going on. Actually it's been the past couple of days. So I'm not on my A game, but I'm motivated. Not motivated, but I'm here. I'm here, man. I'm not really feeling it, but at the same time, you know, how it is.
Yeah.
So
Trust me, I do. I told you I had food poisoning like a week or two ago, and
that may be what's going on with
could
me,
barely
man.
move.
Man, that may be what's going on, man, because I spent a lot of time on the throne today. Not trying to get too, but yeah. And let me do this real quick so that so that you and Foxy can get y'all adjusted. And listen, my name is on here. I've been telling y'all for weeks, man, to take my name off of here, but I don't know why y'all won't do it. But I'm gonna play it anyway. Yeah, that should say the Knicks at Night podcast with Stephen Fox and Hoodie Kev. Is what that should say. Remember,
I don't think I've earned. I don't think I've earned that.
Oh yeah.
That
Oh yeah, because
notoriety yet.
Because people joke with me about the Knox at Night podcast. Yeah, people joke with me about the Knox at Night podcast.
No lie. So, and I don't want to bring it up. He's just such. I don't understand how he became the most polarizing player on the team overnight. Maybe it didn't happen overnight. Maybe it was a gradual thing. But there's two shows whose headlines today was about Kevin Knox, and he's gotten 2 DNPs.
Right.
It wasn't a headline like "Let's make Julius Randle an All-Star" or "Emmanuel Quickly didn't get Rookie of the Month" or anything like that. It was Kevin Knox.
Right.
And I guess as much as people get tired of hearing about Kevin Knox, like, do they really? Right. It's like COVID. Like, you watch the news and all they talk about is COVID, and it's like, oh, I'm so tired of hearing about COVID. But you're gonna stay and listen to what they got to say about
it. Right. No doubt. I'm in the. So my thing is I don't get weary of hearing about Kevin Knox per se, right? I get weary of hearing the same conversation about Kevin Knox, right? So it's like I get worn down about hearing the same thing over and over, and that's kind of my pet peeve. Y'all known me now for a while. I guess it's been about two good months, right? So y'all know that I get weary about hearing the same thing over and over, and there's nothing new. Like saying it louder doesn't make it more impactful, in my opinion. Like if we talk about Knox and there is something new about Kevin Knox, or something that we hadn't talked about before about Kevin Knox, I don't mind having a conversation. My big deal is saying something like with me right now, I feel like Kevin Knox is a low IQ basketball player, right? But that's not nothing new. Y'all heard me say that before. Kevin Knox being out of position, not being, not utilizing, his God-given abilities and all of that stuff. That's not anything new from me. But to hear people say, for instance, I get weary of the Kevin Knox has a low motor, thought. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. Even though I don't necessarily agree, I would say if that's what you got every night, then I don't want to hear that no more. You know what I'm saying? Come with something else. But I wanted to talk about Frank Ntlikina.
Okay, right? They're kind of going down the same road.
Right, and so the thing about Frank though is a little bit different in my eyes, because I feel like when you have dudes with zero production on the wing, and I guess it's kind of like the same. Yo, Teddy, what's good? Hey, Teddy, where you been? Teddy, I see you. What's good, man? You been all right? Yo, Teddy and God of Moses and Elijah are like one of the, two of the original Lawrence Tears folks that came in back in, was it September or October when we first started doing this? And then Teddy disappeared. Teddy, you all right, bro? Hey, shout out to the Legion of Knicks podcast. Hey, what's up, Mike Johnson? Boost Mobile, what's good? Hey, Boost
You
Mobile.
know what? I have a. I'm not going to say a bone to pick with Legion, but we just I give much respect to Legion of Knicks podcast. He has very good material. He is very when he forms an opinion, he's very knowledgeable about that opinion, right? He doesn't just say something and it's just something he blurts out, right? I believe he truly does form a basis for what he has to say. It's just my personal opinion is, like Tom Thibodeau, he gets into his beliefs, and regardless of what else happens, it's not going to change. And he has created a narrative that, and I just want to say this because it's brought up Legion. He has created a narrative that is unfair. And because it's unfair, it has spawned a web of vitriol towards Kevin Knox. And I think that sometimes, as I guess we're content creators,
right,
we have a responsibility because people, I mean, we get like 1,000, 2,000 views a show or whatever, right? All around the world. And the people who watch our shows go and they talk to our friends and they repeat the things that we say, like it's their opinion. Or maybe it is their opinion, and we just have someone to vocalize it.
Right. Or sometimes we shape others' opinion. But go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. And so when you have a content creator putting out a narrative that's not necessarily true, the people who watch it will go and run away with it. And it just becomes its own monster, even though it may not be true. Like, case in point, and you've heard me say this time and time again, I will never ever, the one thing that you won't do, and I hear this a lot, I will never question a person's mentality or heart. Because I do not know any of these people to say what is in their heart. You know what I mean? Like, I can't say you don't want it or this person doesn't want it. I don't know them. I've never had a conversation with them to know what's on their mind. But because someone has, bad posture, or, they have facial expressions or whatever, they take it as, oh, he ain't got the heart. But it's like, no, maybe he's just that. It's like, but why do we question the person's heart because they look down? And that's one thing I'll never do. But they take that and they say that to 2,000 people, and they go and spread it around. And now there it is. This player ain't got no heart.
Wow. Okay. Oh, that's unexpected.
Hold for 1 second, really.
All right. That was unexpected. I'll say this about the heart thing. I'm that person where people around me have always said Uncle Freezy has heart, right? I'm that person. right? I'm that person. Like, just imagine Uncle Freezy as a kid in Little League, like 7 years old, right? And it's raining and cold at the beginning of the season, and the little kids are like, all the 7-year-olds in Little League. So 7 is young in Little League now. So stay with me. So all the 7-year-olds are like wanting to go back to the car. They don't want to play. And I'm the one that throw a tantrum and start crying because, nobody else want to play. You know what I'm saying? Yep, that was Uncle Freezy. Like when I was in the military, they used to ask us to do like weird stuff, and I ain't gonna get into that part of what we used to do, whatever. But I'm that person that would be like, yeah, man, I'll do it. They'd be like, we need 4 good men to do such and such, and Uncle Freeze would be like, yo, I'll take 3 dudes with me to do such and such. You know what I'm saying? And come back. You know what I'm saying? That was me. So I don't know that feeling. And it's not something I'm bragging about, because I have a lot of flaws. I have a lot of flaws, man. A lot of flaws. Right. But what I'm saying is I was that person that nobody that when it come time to do something, like, whatever, that was me. I was always that guy. Like, they used to always be like, I used to, for my whole life, I used to hear, yo, man, that kid Uncle Freezy got heart, man. You know what I'm saying? I wish I had 10 Uncle Freezes. I used to hear that like my whole life. And it's not because I'm perfect. It's because I would do like the stuff that other people wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable doing. I don't know why, right? I never got motivated to do that stuff, or had a special gift for that stuff. It's just I'm that person. Like say for instance, if Hoodie Kev was the boss and he had some type of assignment to do, like, or for instance on Christmas Eve, right? Say it was on Christmas Eve and it was hard and it'll take like 7 hours to do, and I might and whoever stayed and volunteered to do it would probably be there until early Christmas morning doing it, while other people was leaving to go home to be with their families and all kind of stuff. I'd be like, hey,
oh Lord,
Hoodie Kev, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying?
God help us.
Hey, Chuck B. Hey, what's up, champ? Oh, I forgot.
What's up?
Hey, so let me do this thing. I keep forgetting to introduce everybody to Hoodie Kev. Hoodie Kev is the former Fatal 4-Way champ. Hoodie Kev in the building, and the former Lawrence Tears debate champ, Chuck B. What's good? I keep forgetting to do that, y'all. Y'all gotta remind me. Y'all gotta remind me to address y'all as champ. I keep forgetting. My bad.
Listen,
Well,
when am I getting my title, the welterweight championship title fight rematch? That's what I want to know.
well,
Saturday night.
I'm the heavyweight champ. I'm the heavyweight champ, and what they took from me was the welterweight belt. So I still got the heavyweight title.
What?
Right? I still have the heavyweight title. What they took from me was the welterweight belt, and I will only put my title up for Legion, and then after I beat Legion, I'm retiring.
Legion don't want that smoke, man. And
He damn sure don't.
In respect to Legion of Knicks podcast, Legion of Knicks podcast don't want that smoke. He admitted so, man. That ain't his thing.
That's true.
Yeah. So he said that, man. He keeps saying in the chat, and I keep asking him to come out, but he won't.
Nah, he ain't gonna come out. He ain't gonna come outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me do. Let me do this real quick. I need to make sure we.
Oh, wait a minute. This is
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yo,
So
Hoodie, you're at the head of the table now.
oh God.
Yeah, this is my man's show, so we want to make sure that we establish proper protocol.
Oh wow.
Yeah, establishing the proper protocol, man. I just want to make sure. So me and Eric G just trying to get the table scraps. Yeah.
But you want to talk about Frank? So we can now that Chuck B is here, we can dive into the Frank Ntlikina talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my deal is, I feel like we should be using Frank.
To do what?
Could
Listen.
I throw my 2 cents out there on Frank real quick?
Go ahead, Lewis.
You guys probably got a better take on it than I do.
I do.
Now, I know you do, Chuck. You're very confident in yourself.
Someone got to be.
Frank is sort of like an enigma in my view. In the seasons past, he was always touted as one of our, if not our best perimeter defender. He usually went up against the opponent's best guards in most cases, and in a lot of situations, he pretty much kept them in. He kept them from falling out to most degrees. Probably kept them in there to the averages. So it's hard to think how we can't use Frank, and I can't see how he wouldn't be useful on our defense. However, on the flip side of that, I don't see Frank. I always look at Frank's play as more of a hesitant type of offensive player. Definitely not a dog on every second he was on the court. More of a situational, like his aggressiveness came in spurts. It wasn't prolonged. And there was times when he had a path to the bucket and he would not take it, or he had chances to be aggressive and would pass on it. Kind of a timid. He was sort of like a timidness to his game, to his offensive game, that somehow you don't see on his. Like, he's a lot more of a dog on defense than he ever was on offense. So I don't know if Tibbs sees that as not being useful to him because of the fact that a Peyton, let's say, for instance, was once known as a defensive. I think he had some accolades on the defensive side, and then offensively, though he's not consistent, he was a little bit more consistent. He averaged better than Frank did. So maybe Frank kind of did himself a disservice by not being more aggressive offensively than he should have been, and that kind of helped bury him on the bench in Tibbs' eyes. I think maybe.
I can see that.
Can I say, this is my thing, and sadly enough, I feel like we can sit and we can talk about Frank or Knox, but that's not the real topic. The real topic is Tom Thibodeau and his. I'll start with one player in particular, Austin Rivers, and I've said this on several occasions.
Yes, you have.
Yes, you have, Kev.
No, but listen to me,
No,
right?
I know.
Austin Rivers has had 2 good halves this season
Against Utah.
And if you take those 2 good halves away,
he averages 3 points a game.
He averages 3
Maybe
points
less.
a game. And Austin Rivers has never been considered a lockdown defender. Austin Rivers has never been considered an above average defender, right?
No, that's not right. Kev.
I don't think he's been considered here's my thing. Whenever
He's
I
above
thought about
average
Austin
defender.
Rivers, I never thought about defense.
He plays good. He plays defense.
He plays great defense especially against
Great
elite
defense.
especially
He plays
against
defense.
elite offensive scorers.
So loosely.
He plays defense. Good enough defense.
Last year against elite defense. Look at his breakdown look at the shot chart from elite scorers, and I'm talking about 25 points per game and up versus Austin Rivers, and we wouldn't even have this conversation.
So my thing is this: why did Austin Rivers sign a 3-year, $10 million deal if he's an elite defender, at the guard spot, and blah 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 blah. He signed a 3-year, $10 million deal
because
with an
listen,
opt-out
Kev,
after 1 year.
Everything that happened in the offseason in regards to money and free agency, the NBA took a hit with the pandemic. Yeah. So he took less.
Marcus Morris signed a $64 million deal.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the same. Marcus Morris is a better player, for sure.
Marcus Morris is in the same class as Austin Rivers.
Stop it. No way. And not only that, Marcus Morris yielded a first-round pick to the Knicks. They had to re-sign him. They gave up a first-round pick to get him from the Knicks. The Knicks turned that into quickly. You had to resign him.
What does what we turn our draft pick into have to do with the Clippers signing somebody else?
It's a first-round pick. You're not going to give him up. You're not going to get him for a first-round pick to sign him for nothing. And I saw Marcus Morris tonight, and he played extremely well.
Yeah. Some of the takes we come up with just be terrible, and
it's true.
Yes, it is true. It is true. Some of the takes we come up is terrible, and you got to take it as like constructive criticism.
Hold on, yeah.
Right. So you so you can learn from it, right? So let me say something that you're not gonna understand. It's still echoing. I think it's on Kev. All right. Frank's offense. Why is it echoing? It's similar to.
Is that better? No, that ain't better. I hear that echo.
Yeah.
Let me see something real quick. Let me see. Is that better?
Hello.
That was Eric G.
Oh, it was him?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No, it ain't crazy. You need furniture.
What?
No, that ain't what that. You got headphones in?
Yeah, can't you see them?
Is it you got your YouTube on?
No, I don't got nothing on but y'all, unfortunately. I'm just messing with y'all. It's all love. I'm messing with y'all.
That means we were important, I guess.
No, absolutely. Listen, let Chuck finish, because I like to hear Chuck. He says some things that are just sad, so I want to hear him.
Yo, is that Art Udi Mack in the building?
The truth be sad sometime. Yeah. That's probably Art. He was just over at Legion. Okay. So that's probably him.
Okay.
As far as shot location, and as far as how they get their shot, Quickly and Frank are similar. Right? They both either take the three, or they wait for the pick, or shoot around the free throw line. The difference is Quickly does a floater, Frank does the pull up, and Quickly does it way more often than Frank. But where they get to is the same, coming off the same action. I just wanted to throw that out there.
But the only thing that I would say is wrong with your take a little bit is that Quickly makes sure that he has all his defenders in the back hit.
Yep.
No, I'm just talking about where they shoot from.
Oh, okay, yeah, shooting
and they both doing it off the pick. Now,
hey, so you're saying Quickly needs a pick to get open?
Oh yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Oh yes.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Oh yes.
Oh, hold on.
Oh yes.
Hey, hold on.
Hell no.
Oh yes. Absolutely.
Hell no.
Quickly slow.
What do you mean, hell no?
So this is the setup.
Quickly slow.
I love.
Yes.
Hey, hold on for a second. Let me do this. I love setting up Chuck B. Right. So you see how I asked him if Quickly needs a pick to get open, right? Y'all saw that, right? And it was the classic Uncle Freezy set Chuck B up to put his foot in his mouth, right? So
Okay.
guess who leads the NBA in picks used? Just take a wild guess. Trae Young.
All right.
Okay, and guess who's second in picks used? Damian Lillard. Right? So this whole thing, so the whole thing of like, yo, the cat needs a pick to get open narrative is one that's deceptive in the fact that we might suggest, a guy just can't blow by their man. Right?
All right.
But in the grand scheme of things, elite point guards use picks.
Yeah,
that's basketball. That's the league right now.
And to verify my point, I'm going to pull it up and use a source to verify what I just said.
All right, but all right, you could pull that up.
Hold on, Chuck, real quick.
Why I can't talk? Why I'm right in the middle of a sentence. Why
you literally had a whole take that was terrible.
I didn't finish the take. I didn't finish it. Now, Lillard and Trae Young don't take away from what Quickly is doing. 90% of Quickly shots are coming off the pick. He's getting the pick, going to the lane. He's stopping and letting defender catch up to him. Oh, God. Who is that? Oh. Who's that?
I don't know. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find out now.
It probably was Guzman. Quick 90% of Quickly shots are the same. All right. He wait for that pick. He come off of it, get into the lane, wait for the defender to recover, kind of jump into him to draw the foul and shoot the floater. You see that if he takes 16 shots, you're going to see that 12 times a game. Not counting the 4 threes. And his threes are coming off a pick. You cannot show me where Quickly is scoring without using the pick. I'm not saying it to.
So what's the point of emphasis, Chuck?
Quickly did not beat nobody.
I was comparing it to how Frank get his shots off.
Right.
That's why I said they're similar in how they get their shots off. That's all.
Right. Because I want to know if the point of emphasis is the screen or the score.
Well, the score is this whole different thing.
Okay, so you're
talking
about
the screen. Yes, okay. I'm just talking about the screen.
Okay,
that's it.
So I can say that what I agree with. I think Frank should play. I think Frank should take Alfred's minutes.
I didn't say Frank should play. I don't know who you're agreeing with that with.
Listen, you just said that the third best player on our team, and Frank Ntlikina do the same thing, so then he deserves to play.
That don't mean that.
So you don't think Quickly deserves to play either?
That do not. I was just comparing how they get their shots.
No, I get it. So what I'm saying is I do think Frank should play. Whether it's your take or not, is my take.
No.
How about that?
All right.
Is my take. I think Frank should play over
Quickly is way more efficient with his shot than Frank is.
Yes, but I think Frank could give more than Elfrid Payton.
We're not talking about Payton, right?
I'm talking about him. You had a take. Now I'm gonna take your take and run with it.
But your take, you're not running with my take. You're creating your own take that had nothing to do with mine. But go ahead.
You started talking about Quickly and Frank. They get the same shot. One is more efficient than the other. What I'm saying is I do think there's a role for Frank on this team. I think he could play a better role than Elfrid does. He defends better. I think he can get his shot a little better. He could hit a 3.
He cannot get his shot better than Elfrid.
Than Elfrid?
No.
I will say Austin didn't get his minutes taken, man.
Payton drives at will. He's just not the best finisher.
And he misses it.
But he drives at. But he gets there. Frank don't get there. Frank don't get there.
Frank can hit a turnaround jump fadeaway shot. Elfrid's not.
He never hit a turnaround fadeaway. What the
I've seen it.
All right, show me the video.
And Frank can defend 3 to 4 different positions on the court.
That's a lie.
You can move him around. What?
That's a lie. That's a lie.
Can we admit that Austin need to get his minutes lowered?
I agree 100% with that. I believe that Austin Rivers needs to go to the G League.
Oh, I ain't gonna say all that.
Can we send Austin Rivers to the G League?
I think Frank should be getting Austin minutes.
Can we start that narrative? Austin Rivers to the G League. I'm gonna make that a hashtag.
I mean, the thing that we were praising Austin about.
But hold on. Why can't Austin Rivers go to the G League? Because he's a veteran. That's why he's a veteran. Okay, so veterans can't go to the G League, I guess.
I mean,
some Austin Rivers has done outside of playing Utah, attributes to him not being able to go to the G League.
I know. If Austin goes to the Rivers, then so can Kevin Knox.
Ismail Rivas, calm down. Hey, Ismail Rivas, chill out, man. That was totally unnecessary. I see you in the chat, man. Hey, you bugging out, man. Calm down. Yeah, that was mad disrespectful. I'm sorry, Kev.
He talked about me again?
No, he said something racist in the chat.
Are we doing that?
21?
I know, are we doing that?
No.
Black History Month? That's crazy.
No, not
that's wild.
Not that. He talked. No, man, that was unnecessary. I didn't expect that out of Ismail Rivas either. Yeah. Hey, if my man made you mad, man, we got to handle that a different way.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah,
I miss it. Who is he talking? He's talking about someone? He's talking about me?
Nah, it ain't. No, we ain't ready.
It's a chat. We ain't
ready to say that on the air. We ain't ready to say stuff like that on the air, man. We just gonna rock. But it was out of the ordinary. I never thought I'd see something like that. So it just kind of caught me off guard. Yeah, but Austin Rivers to the G League, no.
Yeah,
but I do think he should begin. I think Frank definitely should begin his minutes because I think Frank.
Can we get some? Can we say Austin Rivers needs DNPs? Then can we say that?
Absolutely.
Nah.
No,
we gotta get.
No, Austin Rivers don't deserve DNPs either. All right.
You know,
Austin Rivers is infallible.
Alfred Payton deserves more DNPs than anybody else on the roster.
Hey, Coach Colorblocks, I need to ask you some real basketball questions when you get a chance.
Now, I will say Alfred ain't as bad as we were saying. He just should be no starter in the league.
That's fine. I agree.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The only thing Alfred Payton can do for me is show me where the real point guards is at.
Well, to say he should get DMPs when he's the only point guard on the team, whether you like him or not, he's still the only point guard on the team. So until we upgrade that position, he's gonna play.
Wait, now, who? Austin Rivers or
no?
Austin Rivers or
Payton.
Oh.
Now Payton should be a backup. I give you that. He should be a backup.
Right.
But if we make him the backup now, and who are we starting? We starting a combo guard that. All right. If we start quickly, right? You losing
no points on the second unit.
Exactly. You losing points on the second unit, and you taking shots out of RJ and Randall's hands.
No, you're not, man. No, you're not.
Yes, you are.
No, you're not.
Quickly shoot more than both of them. So you taking shots out of their hand.
And that's not accurate either.
Oh, it's not? Per 36,
no.
Look it up. Per 36, look it up.
No, you look it up. Do your own research.
I did already. That's what I'm telling you.
Do your own research.
Quickly is 25th in the league. Randall is 30-something and RJ is 52. Per 36.
But that's what. But quickly, I see what you're saying. Quickly do take a lot of shots from the minutes he plays.
Absolutely.
Because that's what that role is for him. Off the bench, they need him to score.
No, hey, so for the record, who takes more shots than Alec Burks?
Quickly.
Right. Okay.
Quickly, yeah.
Quickly.
All right.
Hey, can we talk about this, man? I gotta talk about this. It's a shame what they doing to Knox.
No, we ain't talking.
We're not talking
No,
about that.
How start,
The
Kev?
people eater started.
no, we
How
are
start,
not.
Kev?
We are not.
What?
We are not
Listen,
talking.
if
No,
this man has something on his heart, like
we are not about to turn this joint into the Knox at Night podcast. We are not about to turn this joint to the Knox at Night podcast. Yo, so for those that didn't hear me, we are not about to turn this joint into the Knox at Night podcast. Every night we get here, we turn it into the Knox at Night podcast. No. I'm sorry about that, y'all. You know me. I let y'all rock or whatever y'all do what y'all want to do. But night 8 of the Knox at Night podcast, nah, we ain't ready. we is not getting ready. We is not getting ready to do that. Not no Kevin Knox for 4 hours. We do that every night.
Listen. I don't want to talk about Kevin Knox.
So don't.
I want to talk about the bums that we do have playing. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the Reggie Bullocks and the Austin Rivers and the Alec Burks. Because they're the ones that's playing. They're the ones that are the Nerlens Noels. They're the ones that's bringing us down. That's what I want to talk about. Why are these bums bringing us down?
We're not a good
That's
team.
what I want to talk about. Because we can't say
play instead of them?
Here's the thing.
Who are you playing instead of them?
We got 2 losses back to back. And some people have called them good losses. I don't even know where that term even comes from. I've never heard of a good loss in my life. But if y'all want to call them good losses, whatever. Right? So we got 2 losses that Kevin Knox has nothing to do with. But they got something to do with Austin Rivers and Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel. Let's talk about them. Can we talk about them? Can we focus on the people that are playing? Because they get a pass. They get a pass from everybody else. All these other shows I've seen, they want to talk about Kevin Knox getting DMPs. No, let's talk about the real. Like, you know that you go on Twitter and you'll see like that thing like TV villain versus the actual villain. That's what's going on here. Like the TV villain is Kevin Knox, but the actual villain is like Reggie Bullock. And Reggie Bullock gets a pass because nobody talks about that. So that's what I want to talk about. Reggie Bullock, Austin Rivers, Alec Burks, and Nerlens Noel. Can we have a conversation about that?
When Bullock is not hitting his shot, he's contributing with defense, right?
Here's a narrative about this defense. Let me say something. I want to talk real basketball strategy.
This is exactly what I was talking about here, because all roads lead back to Kevin Knox. No matter what we say, all roads lead back to Kevin Knox. What we should be talking about, and in fairness to the listeners and everybody out there, we should be talking about in-depth stuff that's appropriate and leads to a deeper conversation that's extended over the course of 4 hours or 3 hours or however long.
Hold on. Is my mic too loud?
Yeah, that
might be. There's an echo. There's a slight echo there.
Let's put this Mitchell Robinson. Let's put this Mitchell Robinson thing to bed, right? Because people took a tweet, decoded it, and said it meant he wasn't getting jump shots.
Yep.
I don't see how you decode that for that. And then the same people are saying Tibbs won't let him shoot because they don't want to raise his value, so he costs more for them to get a new contract.
Which sounds stupid.
You know, the reason I don't want to waste time with that nonsense is because when Mitch had the opportunity and he was interviewed, he took a pass on it. He said it was personal. He don't want to talk about it. If he don't want to talk about it, why should we waste our time talking about it? It's water under the bridge. He had that opportunity in front of the cameras to reiterate and confirm what he meant and what he wanted. He didn't do it. So why waste time with nonsense when he doesn't want to touch on it? I mean, it was what, 2 weeks ago now?
My thing is, why don't he ever fake handoff like Quickly does? Like, you ever think about it when we're doing these?
Quickly could shoot.
No, even that. Mitch is the fastest center in the league. Won't he ever fake hand
He
off?
can't dribble.
He only need one dribble.
Mitch ain't gonna be here for too much longer.
Can I say? Hold on. I just want to see something. Is this better for my mic?
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah, you still hear echo because Eric don't have no furniture.
I was like, that's not me echoing because mine was on mute this whole time.
I don't know what that means. I don't have
Eric,
furniture. What does that
mean?
mean?
Man. He trying to troll.
I don't know what that means.
It's just because you're in a soundproof booth. Like you need furniture in your house, and it won't echo if you have stuff.
I got a lot of furniture.
Yeah,
it's like you're in the hallway.
Eric, man, come on.
You want me to show you?
No, I don't want you to show.
No.
I probably got more furniture than you.
I want you to put a rug down or something.
I'm not in my. I have nice hardwood floors. I don't have a rug in my bedroom like you.
Oh wow, we getting mad personal.
No, I'm just saying.
No, I'm saying. No, I'm talking about with Chuck B. Chuck B is like, what's going on at Eric's house?
My TV is bigger than your couch.
Oh God.
Well, I got on my wall right
so
now.
To get back on the Knicks, we're going to get back on the Knicks.
Guys, I have a question. Maybe this is a topic you guys might want to delve into. I want to talk quickly about Obi Toppin for a second. I don't know if Obi Toppin. I was looking at a couple of his highlights in Dayton, and a lot of them were fast breaks where he had open court and he had a highlight dunk. Another was when he had the ball, his teammates would clear his side of the court and leave him either on one-on-one or one-on-two, where he utilized his speed and his strength to pass and get to the hole. And then the other ones were three-point shots. He really didn't show any post moves. He really didn't show any type of footwork in the post with different go-to moves to beat his man. And I was just wondering, what type of conversations prior to the draft, because Rose and Tibbs were supposed to be friends, for 30 years? Right. Tibbs just got on the TV and said that he wasn't happy with Obi's defense. Okay. At what point does Rose communicate with Tibbs and say, you know what, this is the first pick of our new regime. This is the direction I want to go. And we're looking at Obi Toppin. Now, Tibbs being the defensive guru that he is, I don't think Obi Toppin just was sprung on him. I'm sure he did his research. I mean, all he lives and breathes basketball. At what point would he say to Rose, he's a high flyer, a high hips, really doesn't display defense. I'm a defensive coach. This is the first pick. This is the number 8 pick. We have other glaring needs. Where's the communication now that you're talking about taking your first pick, number 8, and then you got your coach saying that he's taking him out the game because his defense is lacking? And he's not being utilized on offense because they're not a fast-paced transition type of scoring offense. So it's a tough pick to swallow when you consider the fact of what Obi's strengths are is not what Tibbs uses, and what Tibbs uses is not what Obi's strengths are.
Gotcha.
Can I answer that question? I think Tom Thibodeau is one of the great deceivers. No, I'm being serious. I think the big knock on Tibbs was he wasn't going to change his ways, and he spent a year and a half going around different teams and different organizations and spent time with Golden State learning their offense, and he had really learned and was going to change his ways, right? So that's what he kind of went and told Leon Rose, you know what, old friend, old buddy or pal, I've learned so many different things, so many different concepts, and I really want to implement these things, and this is what I learned during my time off. And Leon Rose like, this is great. We're going to bring in a new era of basketball. We got this high flyer here that, we've been looking at. And, it's really kind of like who I really see from Obi Toppin, and it's a name that no one really talks about? Chris Webber.
I'm about to log out.
I'm going. Hey, I'm going to.
What about? What are you talking about?
I'm telling you, look at Chris Webber in Michigan and look at Obi Toppin at
we know Chris Webber is a Hall of Famer, right?
He's not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's getting in. He might be like Roger Clemens or Barry Bonds or something. But I don't know. I mean, I hope he does. I love Chris Webber as a player. But so Tom Thibodeau gets a job, and then he goes home. And it's like, ha ha, that sucker. I got him. I ain't changing nothing.
Right.
Because has Tom Thibodeau changed anything? Has he changed anything?
So Kev, I don't see the Chris Webber comparison, and maybe
nobody.
Maybe I just don't get it. But at the same time, when I see Obi Toppin, I see a hybrid of Sean Marion and maybe, I just see like a Sean Marion type player.
Without the defense.
Yeah, without the defense, of course. Yeah.
You know, the thing about defense is this. Defense is not a talent. Defense is a learned attribute. You have intangibles that make you a good defensive player. But playing defense is not an actual talent in itself.
Man.
Like, you can learn to be a better defensive player. People are like, oh, he doesn't have the like he can't play defense. Like defense is the actual trait. Like, no. You have certain traits that make you a good defender. Like Obi Toppin can be a better defender.
Yes.
Just because he isn't now, people are like he can't be. You know, and that I think again is a narrative that content creators and journalists and reporters put. It's like, no, defense is something that you learn.
Can we admit that Obi's struggling?
Yeah, but Kev, you're right. You're right. But Obi at the 8th pick should be more impactful while he's learning his defense, if Tibbs used him right. But Obi's not that useful in a half-court offense while he's learning defense. So his presence on the court is not really noticeable because they're not playing him the way, you know. My take on it is if the Knicks were a better defensive rebounding team, that would give Obi opportunities to fast break out ahead of the field, and they were using him a lot like that in Dayton, where the defense would get the rebounds, Obi would break out ahead of everyone, and they'll throw the ball across court and allow him to do his thing. But because the Knicks are not a strong defensive, they're more offensive rebounding. They're strong in that regard, but they're not a strong defensive rebounding team. So fast breaks and transitional points are not really where Obi would be very useful. It's not really developing for the Knicks right now.
And I got a good question too. What can't Obi do that Julius Randle does? That's a good debate question right there, because I think
Obi doesn't have the physical strength
yet. When he got into the league, they're both. I mean, let's be honest. When Randle got
but go ahead.
When Randle got to the league, he was a one dimension. He only had a left hand for everything. He was, just running over people. You know, he had a lot to learn, and now we're seeing the progression of Randle. What couldn't Obi do that Randle does now?
He can't bring the ball up and run the offense. That's for sure.
Dribble, playing the post.
He can't do any of that. Not yet.
Think he can.
Not yet. He can't.
Obi can dribble. It's not like Obi can't dribble.
He won't bring it up. He won't be the point forward. He can't do that. He can't get 10 assists. He can't lead a team in assists.
Obi can dribble the ball.
He don't have the base that Randle has. So
that's true.
And he's bigger. His body's a little different. His body's a little different.
My take on it is I think Obi has the work discipline and the discipline and the work ethic to get there. I just don't know if he's going to do it under Tibbs' coaching. That's my concern.
They got him shooting threes so much. You know what I mean? Just it's a
Obi can shoot though.
Because he's an
He likes
undersized.
that. He did that at Dayton.
Can
He
he
likes to
really?
shoot. And
He's an
Yeah, but you
undersized
want to
power
see
forward.
Tibbs turn Obi into another Knox though, just sitting out in the
no,
perimeter.
but you want him
taking
to at
threes?
least have the ability to hit a shot, so that if something in the post is not open for him, you can trust that he'll hit a shot.
Yeah, he
From-
will. He
That's
can.
what you want. So yeah, I'll have to let him take the threes because he can hit it. He's proved that he can hit it.
I just hope
My
he
thing
can
is,
expand his
I thought he was
game.
gonna use somebody like a Zion.
it's very unfair to sit here. The question, I'm not going to expect Obi to do the exact same things as Julius. And I've said this before, like Obi can do what Obi can do if Tom Thibodeau. I'm going to ask a question. It's something that was on my mind earlier.
Yeah.
If Emmanuel Quickly hadn't burst onto the scene the way he did, right? What would be the narrative for Tom Thibodeau?
I think the better question might be, what would have been the narrative for Leon Rose? Being this was his first draft and he had the 8th pick and the 25th pick. Because if you want the 8th pick and you're willing to settle for a perimeter shooter, he could have drafted a point guard at the 8th pick and get that.
He could have drafted Tyrese Halliburton.
Well, no, because I don't think Leon Rose drafted Obi Toppin to be a perimeter player. Thibodeau has made Obi Toppin to be a perimeter player, but that's not. I think what what Leon Rose drafted Obi Toppin for. But that's what Tom Thibodeau has made him do into.
That's my whole point.
That's what he's shown he can do right now. He hasn't shown that he can consistently get in the paint. He hasn't shown that in the league yet. Every time he gets clogged in the paint, he gives the ball away and then goes to a corner. I don't think that's Tibbs. He's just trying to see if he can get in rhythm.
But when Obi was in college, the coach in college, he was playing to Obi's strengths. When Obi had the ball, he would clear his side of the court and have him play one-on-one.
No, Goose. Hold on.
Yeah, but that's NCAA.
Hold on.
Not consistently, but
no. Hold on. So Anthony Grant ran one of the most complex offenses in the NCAA, right? And the reason why Obi Toppin thrived in that offense is because his number one skill, Obi Toppin's number one skill, was his basketball IQ. He was in Anthony Grant's complex offense. Obi Toppin could read the defense and take advantage of mismatches. So when you say it looks as if Obi was going one-on-one, what it is Obi Toppin recognized the mismatch and took advantage of it. Because there was an offense that he was in 2 to 3 years that he had an understanding of. And so when the defense presented something to him, he could read it beforehand and take advantage of it, whether it be his outside shot, whether it be take somebody off the dribble, or set up an advanced play like 2 to 3 passes ahead that may have led to him getting a lob at the basket or something like that.
Obi was Julius Randle of Dayton.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Obi was not dealing with clogged paint like he is in the NBA.
Exactly.
So
that's why he has to settle for those long shots.
No, that's not why. So the reason why you see a difference is because Tom Thibodeau's offense is not a complicated offense. Tom Thibodeau runs a basic offense, slowed down to so that he can highlight defense. Right? Well, okay. What I'm saying
isn't that you're basically playing into my narrative is that Tibbs' type of coaching does not utilize Obi's skill set.
The reality is, I think that they didn't think that Randall was going to come out and play the way he's played, and they thought they needed a replacement for him.
The reality is this: say for instance, if Steve Nash was the coach of the Knicks and not Tom Thibodeau, you would see a different Randall and you would see a different Obi Toppin out the gate,
and less wins.
Right. Well, you don't know that.
I know that.
No, you don't know that because it hasn't happened. Eric.
He's losing games with 3 of the top 10 players in the NBA because they don't play defense.
Right, and they just knocked off the Clippers tonight.
Okay. They should.
Okay, what?
They should knock off the Clippers.
Oh, okay, what? So the Clippers are the best team in the NBA, right? And they just went to Brooklyn and lost.
Brooklyn shouldn't have the record they have right now.
Okay. All right.
And Steve Nash is not even coaching that team. Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden are coaching that team.
Come on.
Do you think the Nets can beat the Clippers in a 7-game series?
No.
Yes.
Why
You think they can with their defense, with the Nets, or should I say lack of defense?
He's going to say that they played defense tonight.
But they are
teams that you cannot beat 4 times.
Wait a minute. You telling me a team with Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden can't beat playoff P and Kawhi Leonard?
I just said the Nets are a team that you can't beat 4 times.
No, that's not. I'm not talking to you, Teddy. I'm talking to Eric and Goose.
I don't know that yet.
The Clippers are a better perimeter shooting team than they were last year.
Sorry, I'm back, guys.
I don't know that. I don't know that. I haven't seen enough from them to say that they can beat. They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna win a championship. If that's what you're asking me.
Right. So in talking about
the Nets can't shoot it out with the Clippers for 7 games.
Right. And in talking about Obi Toppin, and talking about Obi, and talking
they
about
can score
Obi,
with anybody.
Yeah.
And talking about Obi Toppin.
Oh my.
And talking about Obi, yes, Tom Thibodeau is holding this kid back. And you see it with a whole bunch of other players, man. So it's not just the Obi Toppin thing.
I just think that we're 21 games into the year or 22 games into the year, and there's a little too much overreacting going on, man. Not only that, this kid missed a handful of games to start the. He missed a handful of games to start the season.
Don't just use a broad statement, man. Be specific. Like that. So
I think there's a lot of basketball left this year that we can see some development with these young guys.
Right.
Not only that, Obi Toppin's missed a handful of games already.
But those two things are obvious. So
obviously not, because you're saying that he's holding them back.
No,
but the kid only played 10 games.
Obviously so. The fact is that we only played 22 games, so there's 50 left. That's a fact. So what I'm asking you is, instead of saying painting a broad brush, like, get down to the nitty gritty is what I'm asking you. Like, so why'd you make that statement?
What, that we're overreacting?
Yeah.
Because there's still 2/3 of a season left, more than 2/3 of a season left, and the kid played only 10 games, and his game is not fully developed yet.
Okay, so why is it not fully developed?
He came into the league that way. You're gonna tell me that Tom Thibodeau deserves all the raft for Obi Toppin playing the way he does, when he played the same way the first game he's played in preseason? He's been the same way.
And I will say the short preseason, I think the COVID restrictions.
Shortened preseason, the training camp was a couple days only. You got it, and he got injured. His conditioning was off. I think that we got to give it a little bit more time before we start saying that he's not being coached. He's not being coached correctly.
So here's 3 things that are poke a hole in that thing that you just said. So first of all, Obi Toppin was supposed to be the most polished player coming out at his advanced age. Second of all, Obi Toppin was the collegiate national player of the year.
Okay.
Right. And third of all, Obi Toppin came in the best shape of anybody in training camp. They said the Knicks said Obi Toppin aced the conditioning test when he came to camp. That's something that they said.
that has nothing to do with playing the game of basketball. But you still got to fundamentally be ready to go. And
but this is the whole point.
He played at Dayton.
So you missed my first 2 points. So I said Obi Toppin was supposed to be advanced offensively at his advanced age, was the first thing I said. And second thing I said was Obi Toppin was the collegiate national player of the year. And you went straight to the third thing I said, which was Obi Toppin aced the conditioning test.
He was the collegiate player of the year. All the collegiate players of the year who went to the NBA became stars?
No.
All right, then. We don't know yet. I don't even know if this kid is going to be a good rotational player yet. We don't know. The Knicks try to get the best player available at number 8. That's what they try to do. because they just need talent. So they went and got, okay, he's the most polished right now. We got to get the best player available to get the most talent on this roster.
Yes, to me, it sounds as if, and this is what it sounds like as a listener, because I'm a listener, even though I contribute, I'm also a listener to the show, right? What it sounds like is we want to critique behind the wall, like we want to critique them, but we want to hide the fact of what we said. And there are some people, and so it's not just you, it's people in the chat too. They're like,
listen,
hey,
I'm not Freeze. I'm not critiquing him. You guys are critiquing him. All I'm saying is we need to give him more time.
Okay.
I'm not critiquing him. I'm critiquing Tibbs because first of all, I hear what you're saying. He's not on the court enough to acclimate himself to NBA play. But a coach like Tibbs is going to mandate that you give it to me on defense before I'm going to give you any time on the court so you can show your offensive skills. And because Obi's lacking on defense at this point, Tibbs is going to restrict his minutes on the court, so you're never going to see, or he's never going to progress against NBA opponents. And that's where I'm not critiquing so much Obi. I'm critiquing more Tibbs' coaching style and the fact that he wants to see Obi. Remember, Tibbs' own words. He pulled Obi basically because he wasn't producing on defense.
Right.
So he pulled him off the court. So how are you going to acclimate yourself to the NBA if you can't get on the court because your defense isn't good enough? Other coaches might say, you know what? I'm going to have better defensive players to kind of protect you on the defensive end. You go ahead and ball out on offense because you were always a better offensive player than you were a defensive player.
See,
whereas with Tibbs, you're not going to let you ball out.
The Knicks don't have that.
It's a Tibbs thing.
Hold on, y'all. So Goose, that's exactly what I've been wanting to get into because what you just said is what pushes the conversation forward. But for some in the chat, we type in the chat the obvious. You know what I'm saying? It's like what I keep saying about people saying Elfrid Payton can't shoot. Elfrid Payton can't shoot. But when we break down stuff like what you just did, I think that helps the conversation. That's the reason why I asked you the question, not because of what I disagree with you, but because we want to hear more stuff. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to saying, well, Obi ain't ready. Clearly, Obi's not ready. We know that. I mean, that's not even the issue. So what we want to do, and Eric G, the reason why I asked you those questions and stated what I stated is because we want to kind of get deeper into the reason why you said what you said.
What I'm saying is I can't blame Tibbs for Obi's lack of play. I can't blame him. Tibbs is trying to win games, and Obi hasn't shown him enough to say, yo, I could go out there and win you a game or be a part of the reason why you win a game. He hasn't done it. So I can't put you in the game. Yeah, you're the number 8 pick, but you got to earn it.
Right. And so the thing about old school coaches not playing young guys is not.
And maybe he will.
That's not something new. An old school coach won't play a young guy for one reason or another. That's not a brand new thing. This is not something that we hadn't seen. Usually old school guys take the young guys and be like, listen, man, you got to earn your way on the floor. That's usually how things work. So the fact that Obi is not getting 30 minutes a game is not a surprise to me. What is a surprise to me is a kid that can score that much in college, gets to the pros and can't score. That's surprising me right now. You know what I mean? Because you don't come from Anthony Grant offense to the NBA and then forget how to play offense. And so while his defense is lacking, his offense is slow also. Like you don't see Obi Toppin. If Obi Toppin was 10 points a game, maybe 4 or 5 rebounds in limited minutes, and his defense was lacking, I'd be like, okay, now we know what Obi can do, but defense is clearly an issue. But when Obi Toppin is getting you 4 points and his defense is suspect, to me, the kid is suspect.
And we have to watch Patrick Williams ball out.
Right. And we watch it, and so the excuse y'all made is the COVID protocol and all these things. But Emmanuel quickly comes in with the same restrictions and is averaging 12 points a game and is having an impact
but the
on the
position
team.
is different. It's a different position.
It's harder.
It's harder.
Point guard is harder.
No, there's a different position. He has a little bit more freedom. He has the ball in his hand more. He can do more because he can move more. He can handle the ball. He's always going to have the ball. When he's on the floor quickly, he's going to have the ball in his hand. Toppin isn't. Toppin has to put himself in a position, or they got to set something up for Toppin to get the ball. Toppin's not bringing the ball down and trying to get his own play. That's why it's a little harder for a guy like Toppin.
Being from Cincinnati and watching all of Obi's games, I will say this. I've never seen him be on a perimeter so much until he came to the Knicks. I'm just be real about that as well.
Right. And so I'm not disputing they play different positions. Again, that's obvious. One's a point guard, one's a power forward.
So then how can you say that Quickly came in? That's why it's happening. What I'm saying is you're saying that that Quickly, or Chuck said that Quickly's getting coming in and playing well, lights out. That's fine. He's ready.
But we also got to say this though. And
he's ready, and Obi isn't. That's what it comes down to. One's ready, one's not.
This is what we're not talking about, honestly. Obi used to get away with that first step in college.
Yeah.
His first step ain't what it is in the NBA. Let's just be real.
And it's not fast enough. Yep, it's not fast enough. And he always looks like he's questioning the next move. Yeah, unsure.
And so this is what I would suggest on offense. And I was going to try to get into this with Coach Colorblocks. I think Obi Toppin's basketball IQ is higher than the other Knicks rookies and young players. And what happens is when the Knicks run a play and the defense throws an audible at that play, Obi Toppin can process the play and go to the next move. But the Knicks young guys can't do that. Their basketball IQ is too low. They don't understand. And so what that does is it puts Obi in weird spots. Like for instance, a low IQ offensive player is Nerlens Noel, right? Another low IQ player is Kevin Knox. But when you bring him off the bench with those two dudes and you run a play with Quickly and the defense throws, say for instance, the defense hedges up high on Quickly, right? And the ball is not able to be there on the timing that they had in practice, right? Obi can adjust to that and go to the next move. Meanwhile, Kevin Knox is standing like on the block, right? So you're like, Kevin Knox, what are you doing on the block? You're not even a low post player. What are you even doing down here? Why are you not going to your audible spot, like at the top of the key or to the corner? Right. And when I see Knox do something like that, he goes to the corner, right? He's like, oh, I'm supposed to be in the corner. He's not even in the deep corner, he's in the high corner. So one defensive player could defend two people. And now Obi's like, yo, you supposed to be over here. And when people look at the confusion on Obi, like, yo, Obi is confused. Yes, he's confused. He's confused because these young guys that we covet don't have a high enough basketball IQ to understand what happens in a play. Like a play is supposed to run continuously. Continuous.
I agree with that, Freeze. I agree with that, Freeze, but he's just not ready yet. He's not ready yet, and that's okay.
I don't think he ain't ready. He just ain't played enough.
Right.
Yeah, he's not ready yet.
The question is, what is ready?
Right.
He's not ready. He's not ready. He's not going to give you 10 and 6 consistently. And the numbers, if you give him 30 minutes to get him 10 and 6, you're going to lose every game. If you're going to take out a guy, if you're taking someone out to give Obi 30 minutes and he's just going to give you 10 and 6 and give up easy layups and not be able to know where he's supposed to be on defense, you're going to lose games. And Tibbs wants to win.
I would say so this is my solution to the thing.
If you just want to see 10 and 6, then we're not thinking about the same thing.
So this is my solution to that, right? Reggie Boat to the bench, Kevin Knox start, right? Put a higher IQ veteran with Obi Toppin, right? Because Obi Toppin can't be your starting small forward, right? He just can't. He's just not going to play defense, and he's not built to be a small forward in the NBA.
Well, he can't be your 4 either.
Right. No, I know that. because you're not gonna sit Julius Randle for Obi Toppin. That's dumb. So, but what I'm saying is put Obi Toppin with other high IQ basketball players, and then you'll see Obi Toppin break out of the box. I don't think we should just blame Obi for what's going on the court, because a lot of it has to do with the people that you play with.
I feel you. What I'm saying is he just needs a little bit more time. I think he can be that, but we just need to give him some more time. He missed a couple weeks to start the year. He's just getting back in the rhythm of the game, in game shape. We just gotta give him some time.
I would love to see Elfrid Payton play more with Obi Toppin. Right? That's what I'd like to see.
I'd love Elfrid Payton to play more with the Boys and Girls Club.
Right. Oh, yeah. Or somebody. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is I'd like to see Obi Toppin play with more of a veteran. That way the veteran can maneuver the personnel on the floor so that the set that is called can run with fluidity, as opposed to looking clunky and Emmanuel quickly throwing up floaters to solve the problem.
If he's making them, it's a hard argument. You have a good argument, but there's an argument for both sides. You can say he's not ready. Oh, you can say he's ready, but he's not getting enough time. You can say that, well, he's playing behind an all-star power forward in Julius Randle, and nobody expected that, really. So there's arguments for both sides, but we just got to let it play out over the last 50 games.
So Eric G, check out this statement right here. So Michael Shaw says, Obi high IQ, you a drunk freezy. So do you think Obi Toppin has a high basketball IQ or no?
I think he loves the game. I think he has a lot of learning to do still.
Right.
I think he knows what he needs to do. I think it's a little harder for him to do it against these men in the NBA.
Right. So my deal on Obi is this. And coming out of Dayton's offense, and none of us can dispute that Dayton ran a very, very next level offense on a collegiate level. You really can't.
Yeah, but he was always bigger and stronger than everybody too, and he's not that no more in the league.
Well, but the thing about that though is what I'm talking about is the ability to think the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about think the game. Like every time the defense shows you something, being able to think through, process what you're seeing.
Yeah, the game hasn't slowed down for him yet. And
that's what it is.
That's all it is. And
that's what I'm saying. They just got to give him some time.
Injury is bigger than we are putting on. Like, to get your stamina back, to get your, it slowed down his development. Let's be honest. You sitting there watching the game, but you need to get reps.
Yeah, I agree.
Minutes.
And you just got to give him time. I think it's just time.
Now, so Sports Vibes TV did a breakdown video of the Knicks offense, right? And he highlighted the plays before they actually ran. So he was like, this is what they're going to run right now. So they're going to run a double screen up top for the point guard, which was Emmanuel Quickly, right? It was Obi Toppin and Nerlens Noel. One is supposed to roll to the basket, and the other one stays on the screen up top, right? So Obi recognizes the play, right? So Obi is like, he tells Nerlens Noel to roll to the basket so Obi can stay spotted up for three in case the roll is not there. You can kick out for three, right? So they run the play, and guess what happens? Nerlens Noel tells Obi to roll to the basket, and there are two people in the paint. So immediately, Obi is neutralized because there are people protecting the rim, and Nerlens Noel is at the top of the key looking for a three-pointer.
But at Dayton, he would just bang it on them. He can't do that no more.
But Eric, listen to what I'm saying. So Obi rolls to the rim, right? There's two guys there. Obi knows that play is not going to be there. You can't get the lob in there because it's two guys. So Obi rolls and then comes back to the corner. Nerlens Noel is clapping his hands at the top of the three-point line, like, yo, give me the ball, right? So you like it so quickly. It's like, no, I'm not giving you the ball for three. I'm going to the basket and throw up a floater, right? And so what happened in that play is the vet that you depended on to recognize a defense didn't recognize a defense. You know what I'm saying? Why is Nerlens Noel clapping his hands for three? He's not a three-point shooter. He's not even a jump shooter. You know what I'm saying? Why is Nerlens Noel at the top of the key? You know what I'm saying? So Obi is like, oh my God, what is this dude doing? Right? And Emmanuel quickly is like, this dude just, and then Obi quickly goes and throws up a floater and misses.
He was gonna do that anyway.
Can I say something?
And so what happened there is two young dudes recognized what the coach wanted them to do, right? And the vet are kind of audible and midway through, like, nah, man, nah, Obi, go. He's signaling, go, telling Obi to go, right? And so you like, what kind of offense? This is not good NBA offense.
No, I don't think they have. I think Tibbs is trying to run his offense with the guys he has, and he doesn't have the guys he needs.
Right, because Nerlens Noel right there should have rolled to the basket, and Obi Toppin should have been that guy. You should have been that guy to at least threaten the defense with a three-pointer. But Nerlens told Obi to go, right? So it's like, so now, and so what y'all missed is Nerlens Noel is telling Obi to go, right? But the person telling people to go should have been the ball handler, Emmanuel Quickly. You know what I'm saying? How are you the screener trying to run the offense? You know what I'm saying? If you know well, just set the damn screen and roll to the basket. You know what I mean? And so if somebody if Sports Vibes TV would have told me that, I'd have never believed it. But since there's video evidence of it, I believe it. And so when people will say, well, Obi ain't ready, man, Obi need more time. I don't think it's just Obi. I just think we have low IQ offensive players, and that's the reason why Thibodeau has the offense reined all the way in, because these guys thrive on defense, but they're limited offensively, and not in their shots, but in their IQ. Like, they don't understand the game offensively.
Can I say something to that point? I'm going to counter that. I guess play devil's advocate, right? So we all would agree that Taj Gibson is a Tom Thibodeau guy, right?
Yeah.
And we would all agree that Taj Gibson is probably one of the more knowledgeable basketball people on the team, right?
Correct.
No,
Chuck?
I don't know how you get that. I don't know.
I mean, Taj Gibson's been in the league like how many years now?
Like 14.
That make him smart.
To last that long, kinda got to do something.
Yeah, come on.
You could just be good and make it that long. You don't have.
Yeah, but he's not that. So.
Yeah, but you don't. No. Just because you in the league 15 years don't mean you're a high IQ guy. Come on.
Maybe you just had one. Maybe you just have a skill.
What I'm saying is, if you're in the league for 15 plus years and you don't have a high IQ, you better be producing. And Taj Gibson ain't producing, so he must have a high IQ.
He ain't playing either.
He played the other day.
Oh, okay.
And we know why he's not playing.
So Kev, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Well, because this is the thing, right? So there was a play. What was the game that Taj Gibson played against? The Clippers game? So there was a play against the Clippers where the ball was swinging around. Taj Gibson was in the game. And Taj Gibson, of all people, was standing in the corner 3 spot. And I thought to myself, why is Taj Gibson standing at the corner 3? Like, what is he doing? And I'm like, is Tom Thibodeau there? Because I'm pretty sure Taj Gibson knows he's not a 3-point shooter. He recognizes that he's not that. But why is he in this position?
Right.
Is this what the offense wants Taj Gibson for some reason? Because there's no other reason for him to be here. Hold on 1 second. I'll have 1 second.
Guys, I just want to throw something out there. As a GM, let's say you were in our office. Let's say Freezer, you're the GM. Chuck, you're the scout, and I'm the coach. Let's say you're gonna call a meeting, and we're gonna talk about a specific player. What should be the number one question asked? And I guess the question would come from the team president or the GM. What would be the number one question asked about any player that we're looking at? Regardless of position, what would be the number one question? That number one question, in my view, was how does his college game transfer over to the NBA game?
And then the number one question for who? About what player?
As in our meeting, like I bring a player, I drop a name to you. Wouldn't one of the first questions be how does his college game, especially on a 4-year player like Obi Toppin, because we got a lot of information to go by. He's not a one and done, like not 4 year. I'm sorry, but a 22-year-old coming out of college as a red shirt. One of the first questions I would think would be, well, how does his game transition to the NBA game? Can it transfer over? Over 80% of Obi's scoring in college was at the rim. He doesn't have lateral quickness. His footwork isn't the best. So when you're looking at a 22-year-old coming out of college, that's a big red flag. When your lateral quickness isn't there, so that's very important on defense, especially out in the perimeter when you're going to be asked to guard stretch fours and stretch fives or whatever it may be, and your footwork isn't its best. That's a red flag for a 22-year-old coming out of college. And then the majority of his scoring is at the basket. About over 80% of his scoring happened at the basket. So when you clog the paint, and he was good at breaking down 2-3 zones, but I'm not sure if they really evaluated his game overall and how it would transfer over into our system and how Tibbs was going to use him or was planning on using him, especially on defense. I mean, the first thing, as Tibbs being a defensive-minded coach, the first thing you're going to do is look at his lateral movements and his footwork. And if you don't see it, that's something you're going to bring up in that meeting and say, well, you know what? Defensively, he's kind of lacking for a 22-year-old. That's not something I'm going to be able to, you might be able to teach that to a one-and-done freshman coming out of college. But when you're looking at a 22-year-old, those are just, what I'm saying is those are important things that you want to look at before you go ahead and choose at such a high pick in the draft.
I would ask what's his best skill. I can't. It's almost impossible to assume what to translate unless he's just a great shooter.
Well,
because shooting travels. So I would want to know what's this player's best skill set.
He was one of the best rebounders on that team. He's great on transitional points and fast breaks and getting out ahead of the field. And he was I think he was the highest number in dunks at that school. So of course he plays above the rim.
Well, I wouldn't take that play unless I'm a running team.
Exactly.
Hey, can I say a few words real quick? What's going on, everyone? This is JD. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to the chat.
What's good, fam?
What's going on, man? I don't have the camera because I'm trying to sneak in. I'm gonna be right out. I just want to have this moment because I want to play something for Chuck. So I got my son here, so I don't want to interrupt the flow. So I just want to say a few words, play something for you guys.
Hey, so hold on. What are you talking about playing?
It's a love song.
No. So look, so there's this friend that WhatsApps me audios about just takes and debates, and I tell him, why don't you get on Lawrence Tears and debate Chuck? He'll smoke you, but he's scared. So he told me,
I don't know why somebody's scared of Chuck.
He told me,
Kev,
"Let me
mind
send
your
you this
business.
audio." He said, "Let me send you this
Chuck
audio."
likes where this is going.
Oh God.
So, no, because he has this tape.
Hey, JD, listen, man. We generally don't play other audio for other stuff because YouTube is real funny about us playing other people's stuff.
Nah, man, it's my
And
friend. It's an Obi take.
Yeah, right. I got you, but listen, but hear me out. So we generally, you know, what I'm saying it. But I mean, I don't care right now. You know, I trust you, whatever. But I'm just saying for those that want to come on, what we want to do is make sure we protect the channel. So if it's just your boy, we good.
Yeah.
But just make sure you don't have nothing else in the background or whatever.
No.
That'll get us a strike or whatever.
No, we good, man. We good. So I just want to play it, and Chuck, I want to hear your take because he's gonna watch it tomorrow.
Okay.
He just scared. He just scared to come on and debate.
Okay.
So why he can't come in the virtual chat?
I'm a beast. That's why.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Beast. What?
Yes.
You ain't no beast. You
All
ain't
right,
no
so
beast.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it, guys.
Eric, you don't want it. All right, go ahead.
Again, there's nothing to debate.
You guys hear it?
There's absolutely nothing
Yes.
to debate. How can you debate against it? You have to play your best players. And I'm telling you, Obi is one of the best players on the Knicks. He's literally the third guy. He's the third guy. Thibodeau needs to play him. You need to play your best players. It goes Randall, RJ, and then Obi. But how can Obi prove that he's the best player if he ain't get no time? He's in the top three, hands down. His ability to score the basketball, his ability, his upside, his potential. He is the third best player on that team. He needs to get minutes. You have to put him in the rotation some way, somehow. Do not pull a Luke Walton and then stun the development of your players. What happened? Look at Marvin Bagley. He was bugging out his rookie season towards the end of the year. Now he can't even find the rhythm because Luke Walton doesn't understand. He can't do anything about his rotations. He doesn't understand how to do rotations correctly. When you have same thing with Nick Nurse. He's had Chris Boucher on his roster for how many seasons? And the kid has always had this type of talent. He's the third best player on that team. Why doesn't he get consistent burn? Oh, it's just because he's undersized or anything? Find him in the rotation. You have guys on your roster that are clearly not as impactful as Boucher. So why are they getting minutes ahead of him? It doesn't make sense. It literally makes no sense. You play your best players, you find the rotation that works, and you play your best guys. Look at the Nets. Nets have no problem playing Kyrie, Harden, and KD together. Why? Because they're the best guys. So find the rotation that
30
works.
seconds.
Play your best guys. I mean, for the Knicks, quickly you can make a case might be the third best player actually.
There we go.
But we still don't know what Obi is. He's giving quickly.
All right.
Okay.
So he just talked in a circle.
Just 10 seconds.
He hasn't given Obi more than he hasn't gotten the opportunities to make mistakes. He hasn't been on the opportunities to just have a full game. You know, you can play him alongside Randall. There's no excuse for it. There is no debate, bro. There is absolutely no debate. Put him in the rotation. He deserves minutes. He deserves playing time. He deserves the opportunity to show what he's got.
All right.
He doesn't.
All right, and basically, just before you start, Chuck, because he didn't mention it in that audio, his way of making this happen in his eyes, which would have been the debate with you, is he says play Randall at the 3 and Obi.
This dude is crazy. Chuck.
All right.
No, don't do it, Chuck.
Okay.
Don't do it, Chuck.
So before y'all start, I got my son here. Thank you for having me.
Hey,
Breezy, shout out.
hey,
Subscribe.
man.
Thank you. You know, I'm supporting here via the chat, super
Right.
chat, however I can. Thank you very much.
Hey, yeah, man. Yeah, man. No
Okay.
doubt. No doubt.
Oh man. Wow, bro.
So he just talked in a circle.
Yeah, because you said, Obi, we don't know what we have, but he's the third best.
He's playing right.
Those two things contradict each other, right?
Right.
Oh man.
Right.
We shouldn't even talk about this.
No, I don't want to scare him. I want him to come on.
So don't talk about it.
Nah, man.
Wow. All right. So I'm gonna entice you to come on. So I'm gonna just tell you that everything you said was terrible, and you have no chance. Nada. I will destroy you. Even with 80% of the voters against me, I will still destroy you. You have nothing you said made sense. Like none of it. None. And ceiling, when you saying ceiling and potential, is that's what you want to see from a player based on your opinion.
Not what you're actually seeing.
It's not what you're actually seeing.
Exactly.
Right.
It's what you hope to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody's ceiling for somebody. You ask 10 people and they have 10 different ceilings for that same player. Right? So you got to go by what you presently seeing. And what we're seeing is a undersized 4 who can't play in the post, who has to take his man off the dribble.
Yep.
Other than that, he's a spot up shooter.
He's not ready.
So and he's a terrible defender. So you want to play him with Randall, who's not a good defender already.
Exactly.
So now your front court has got 2 below average defenders in it. And now you want Randall at the 3, who's way bigger than Obi.
Randall too slow. He'll get cooked.
Eric, I don't need your help.
I'll cook you in the debate. I ain't that man on the snippet.
No. First of all, you wouldn't be able to last in the debate because you keep trying to interrupt me, and I'll just wind up burying you real fast, and I won't even let it go 3 rounds.
All right.
So the chat will throw in a towel for you.
Never.
All right. Chuck B, did you just say you'll go get his towel and throw it in for him?
Yes, basically. Yes.
Never.
Oh,
never.
My goodness.
Yes.
Never.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
See, he made me forget where I was at, but come on, guy. I'll take you. Wow.
This ain't fair.
That was terrible.
Yes, that was. Oh my God.
You putting Randall at the 3. He can't check 3s, and you putting Obi at the 4.
Who can't check 4s?
He can't check 4s. He can't check nobody. So you done made your defense the worst in the league.
Something, and I just is there an issue, a problem with having a better offense and a middle of the pack defense?
No,
right?
Not with Thibodeau.
No, but in the grand scheme of things, like, do we have to have a top 3 defense? Like, it was Tom Thibodeau was like, I was going to ask, like, Tom, do you have to have a top 3 defense? Like, is that a mandatory thing? Like, can you have a middle of the pack defense if that means your offense is better?
But do you want Randall at the 3?
No, I'm talking about in general. I'm not talking about that. Okay. I'm talking about just when it comes to, like, people are like, oh, we have a top defense, but we have the worst offense in the league, right? And so it's like, okay, there has to be a medium, right? Like, There has to be a way. It's like, okay, we can sacrifice some defense if we know we're going to score more points. Because if we're only going to barely break 100. I don't care how great your defense is. We're never going to take that leap. Not with the current. I'll put it like this: not with the current talent, and not with any kind of talent that's going to come in here anytime soon.
Yeah, I was going to say, how can we score more points with this team?
With this team, there's ways to score more points, but it's going to be you're going to have to sacrifice defense for offense.
No, not necessarily, Kev. Hey, Kev, you know how you can score more points? Just real quick, how you can score more points? How about convert at a higher rate? Get your field goal percentage up.
Yeah, his shots, open shots.
Just make more shots.
I mean, that's great, but when you have people in there who are streaky players, and that you lean heavily on these streaky players, then that's easier said than done. Like we know Alec Burks can have 18, and the next game have 7.
Right.
You know Reggie Bullock can crack in 10 on most nights. So you are leaning on these players because they are better defensive players, but you know they're streaky offensive players. But you know Obi Toppin, for all his defensive faults, can get you buckets at least. Right?
At Dayton,
like,
yeah.
you know Obi Toppin is a better offensive player than Nerlens Noel.
Hell yeah, yeah.
But you're going to lean on Nerlens Noel. So are you going to sacrifice Obi Toppin playing, I hate to say, small ball 5 to score more points?
Yeah,
Obi Toppin, small ball 5?
If you run zone, then you can have Obi Toppin play a small ball 5.
How about have Randall play the small ball 5 and Obi play the 4 then?
But you're going to have to sacrifice offense. You're going to have to sacrifice defense for offense. Is what I'm saying. Like, you can score more points, but you're going to have to sacrifice defense for offense.
So, Kev, at that point though, don't you think that then it's like who's going to hit which team is going to get hotter? Now we're trying to run with teams, and the Knicks are going to lose that most times. Yeah, they're going to score 115 maybe, but then you're going to give up 130.
I mean, like I said, you have to sacrifice all of your defense.
But when you put Randall and Obi at the 4 and the 5, that's going to happen.
Kevin, has Obi Toppin shown you the ability to shoot off movement?
Nope.
I don't need him to shoot off movement. I need him to be a better offensive player than Nerlens Noel. Period. Regardless how that comes, I don't care.
And I wouldn't.
But I know that he can score. I believe just the eye test alone tells me that Obi Toppin can score easier than Nerlens Noel, and nobody can dispute that fact. I'm saying that's a fact. I'm not even saying that's a opinion. I think that's a fact.
You want to play him at the 5? You mean a small ball 5?
Yo, Kev, your mic is super loud.
It is. You blowing mine.
Kev, you're talking about playing Obi as a small ball 5?
I think in spurts you can, yes.
That's better.
That's better.
I think I got to move my mic away from my mouth.
My concern with Obi is his pick and roll play. And if he has to switch on shooting guards, that's going to bring him out to the perimeter because of his lack of footwork. He'll get exposed in that regard. And if he was the drop man on the pick and roll, his footwork isn't good enough to not let guys get past him. So I don't know. I mean, he's got a lot to work on all around.
Can we be honest?
Like I said, and I said it. You're going to sacrifice defense, but you know that the player that you have is a better offensive option. You know, like if I run a pick and roll with Obi Toppin on the floor, I have a higher success rate than I do with Nerlens Noel. Even as a pick and roll or pick and pop.
Defense is an effort and energy that you bring to the court. So because the Knicks can't break 100 on most nights, I want them to maintain their ability to hold
Defense.
opponents to
Mm-hmm.
below their average until they
Again,
can prove
are you hold on?
otherwise.
But no. But see, let's talk the narrative. Can the Knicks not break 100 on most nights because they're not playing and they're not using their best offensive players to their highest potential?
I think they're not breaking 100 because they're not hitting free throws at a high clip. They're not hitting open shots. They're giving up easy baskets and spurts. That's why they're losing.
They're not
Again,
taking
when you are
advantage.
relying on streaky players, I hate to keep bringing them up.
I know, but
Nerlens
they're all
Noel,
streaky.
Reggie Bullock, Austin Rivers, and Alec Burks is what you're going to get.
I don't put Alex Burks in that conversation only because we're not playing our best second unit. Let's be totally honest. Our best second unit was Quickly, Burks, Knox, Obi, and Nerlens. We
I
don't
agree.
switch up our second unit. Yeah, we're looking, and it's looking.
Ghouls. You said defense is effort and what?
Hey, JD, thank you for the super chat, man. JD says until we get a dynamic point guard, Obi may be up and down. Statistically, I can see that.
Yeah. Like you don't think defense takes some kind of talent? It's just effort.
No, it's talent.
No. I said a defense is not a
Nah, he's
skill
talking
set.
to Goose.
But he was talking to Goose, man.
Okay.
Because he said effort. I forgot the other thing he said. Effort and something.
He basically said defense doesn't take talent.
Like you still have to have some kind of talent to play defense. It ain't just effort.
Everybody playing defense.
Everybody exactly. Then everybody just give effort and be a good defender. That is not true.
Yeah, some guys are not good defenders. They give effort and they foul.
Yeah. So a lot of it is know-how, instinct,
Mm-hmm.
and God-given talent.
Anticipation. Mark Jackson wanted to play defense, but he just didn't have the talent. Yeah, he was slow. He had slow feet. You know. But Kev, go back to what you were saying.
Like I said, my point is this. Again, and I'm not letting off the gas when it comes to letting Tom Thibodeau off the hook. Every time every chance I get, I'm going to hammer home this is Tom Thibodeau refusing to modernize his philosophies, whether it's stubbornness or whether it's just plain stubbornness. Because I'm pretty sure that Tom Thibodeau is a very intelligent man, and it's kind of like you got to look in the mirror and be like, okay, what I'm doing, because we all know that the defensive numbers, and if you want to hold your hat on numbers, that's fine, but we all can agree that the defensive numbers are misleading. They're misleading. You can't sit here and say, on one hand, the Knicks have the best three-point defense, but on one other defensive metric, we give up the third most three-point open shots. Like, how does that to be honest with you, that doesn't even make any sense. That just means the other teams are just missing. And that's the other team, and that's something that they're doing and not us.
So that's another thing, Kev, then if that's the case, then we're not defending well and we're still not scoring.
Yep, pretty much.
So then it goes against your case. Give up a little bit of defense. We're not even playing defense that well then, and that's your argument. Because we're giving open shots. The team is missing it, and we still can't create offense off of it. So we would be in a bigger hole if we did what you asked. If you asked him to do.
No, we'd be in the same hole.
So then, what the hell are you arguing about?
Because regardless of that's the thing. If you're going to give up open shots on defense, right? if we're going to give up open shots on defense, regardless, because that's what the numbers say. The numbers say we give up open shots. That means, okay, clearly I can put in some better offensive players because we're going to give up open shots regardless.
So what's
the purpose of playing Obi Toppin at the 5 if we're going to still give up open shots?
You're only as good as your options, man. And I agree with you.
Is Obi Toppin
I
a better offensive option than Nerlens Noel?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So what are you saying?
But Nerlens Noel is like second in lead in blocks. And he plays just 16, 17 minutes a game. So he's going to give you the points that Obi's going to score, but Obi's going to give up the points on that end.
You said, hold on. Why are you under a narrative that Obi Toppin is only giving you like 4? Have you ever played basketball?
Yeah, I played basketball.
Okay, so what can you do if you don't have the opportunity to do something? Can you score if you don't get the ball?
No.
Can you score if you're not in the game?
No, but if you are in the game,
so you're saying Obi Toppin is averaging such and such amount of points in 13 minutes when he's playing with 2, not 1, 2
I was talking about
ball-dominant guards in Quickly and Rivers, right? So Nerlens Noel, you don't have to run a play for. Nerlens Noel can get his points off of putbacks and
right. But what I'm saying,
right?
The points that Nerlens Noel doesn't score, he stops on the other end.
That is not true because
listen,
I've seen
he's second in the league in blocks, and he's got like
okay. That fact doesn't tell you the whole picture. Hold on one second.
Kev, to your defense, Knox played about 20 minutes and had 3 points. But go ahead. Did that a few times. Donuts.
Yeah. Yep.
1 point here, 3 here, 5 there.
Thank you, Chuck.
Yeah. I'm just looking out for you, Kevin. Yeah.
What else you got, Chuck?
I was waiting. Oh, Kev.
Kev bounced. I thought he was still there.
Oh, there we go. I done heard something loud. Kev, that's you.
Okay. No. So Chuck B, let's move away from the whole Kevin Knox thing.
Okay.
And all
right.
that.
What's new?
Yeah, because at this point, man, it don't even make sense no more to talk about. Talking about that.
Can we talk about how we shouldn't have RJ shoot any shots below a minute 30?
That's funny. He said RJ shouldn't shoot with anything under a minute 30 left in the game.
In the game, right?
That's funny.
Or we can do. Or how about we do this? How about Tom Thibodeau run some type of offense at a minute 30? Can we do that?
That's true. It could have some set plays he's running.
Right. How about at dead ball timeouts or dead ball situations? How about Tom Thibodeau draw up his best plays? How about we do that? How about at the end of games, you have your best players on the floor as opposed to playing situational? Can we do that?
Does it seem like Tiz kind of treat this team like this isn't his final product? Like this players that's playing that it's questionable, but it almost seemed like okay, they're really setting up for the trade deadline.
I agree.
I don't know because I don't know what we'll be able to acquire because you have to look at what is the ultimate team goal this year. If the ultimate team goal is trying to make it to the playoffs, then I can see your logic, right? But if the ultimate team goal is just to develop, I don't see us making a trade.
I think you could do both, though. I think you can develop
at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's what Tom Thibodeau wants to do. He wants to develop and he wants to win. He wants to do both. I think you can make a move They're not going to re-sign Mitch, so might as well trade him.
They're definitely going to re-sign Mitch.
No, they're not. They're not.
So what does Mitch offer you?
Rim protection. And
he's the best perimeter center defender in the league as well.
I don't know.
Best perimeter center.
I don't know.
Is that an actual stat? Is that an actual stat, or is that?
That's not
something?
True.
Yeah, I'm looking for it, but I don't see it.
Name one player. Just name one player.
Rudy Gobert.
You just made that
Rudy
up.
Gobert. Yeah. Anyways, who's next?
What?
Rudy Gobert. Perimeter defender.
Listen, Mitch at the perimeter.
Mitch was. Hold up. Who just finished lighting Mitch up?
I know. I was about to say. I just saw Mitch get cooked.
Somebody was lighting Mitch up.
I didn't say he was. I mean, he's still a center. I just say he's the best center at it.
Nah,
he's not.
Coach,
unless you want to count AD.
So, Coach Colorblocks, what's your evaluation of Mitchell Robinson?
I like his offensive putbacks. I like his offensive rebounding. I like his rim protection. I like his scoring within the restricted zone.
Does Mitch lead the Knicks in blocks?
No, I mean, he might not. It might be Noel.
It is Noel.
Yeah, because you notice.
Does Mitchell Robinson lead the team in rebounds?
No, that's Randall.
Yeah,
right.
It's not blocks because Nerlens Noel is second in the league in blocks.
He lead the team in field goal percentage. He gonna do that every year because he only dunking.
Exactly.
Right. So with that said, so if Mitch can't score, if he's not an elite rebounder, if he's not an elite shot blocker, why are we talking about signing Mitch long term?
Get him out of here.
I think one of the reasons why his shot blocking numbers has gone down is because he's trying to protect himself from silly fouls. As he gets better in controlling himself in that regard, he may go back to getting his shot blocks, his numbers up higher. But I think right now he's refraining from shooting everything in his area to bring his foul numbers down. With age and experience, that might change. You know, his technique might change, where his shot blocks might go up.
He's not running.
I think a better question is: do y'all see any improvement in Mitch?
Yes.
Well, they counting the improvement as not getting in foul trouble, but
that's it.
But my thing is he's not getting in foul trouble because he's less aggressive.
Right.
You don't see him blocking jump shots no more. Remember last year, 3-point shooters? He blocked a bunch of 3-point shooters jump shots.
He was trying to block everything.
Everything. And you don't see that. You don't see that no more. I don't know if it's due to injury or whatever, but I'm just saying he's not as aggressive as he was before. So that's his number.
Well, they probably pointed out to him that he's getting into foul trouble because of the fact that he's trying to block everything. So just try to concentrate on your area. And that brought his foul numbers down, but has also brought down his block shot numbers.
Yeah. And another thing with Mitch, he's a rim runner, but he have bad hands. So
I don't know about that.
No, it's not an opinion. You just learned about it just now, and if you didn't know about it, so thank me later.
Chuck be wildin'.
It'd be the passes though. We got some bad passers on this team.
No, he has some bad hands. It ain't no pad. Don't blame the passes.
Well, if you look at his lob dunks from the cameras that are above the rim, those lobs don't always land flush in his hands. You know what I mean? So, they're not always flush. Sometimes they're off. So he's not the best handler, but he's not the worst either.
Right. And so shout out to Jaden Sammy. Thank you for the super chat. He says, watching the OGs on my birthday. Stay blessed. Happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday, man. Hey, so I think we as Knicks fans, we reach a lot right? Like we had somebody say, Obi is the third best player, and at the same time he said we have to see what we have because we don't know what we have, right? And we also say, and I heard also on this show, or not this show, but on the marathon that was the Knicks Morning Drive, folks talked about they won't let Mitch shoot to keep his price down on the open market. I don't know if I agree. I respect other people's takes, but I don't know if I agree because at the end of the day, we should all be focused on winning.
Hey, I got one question before I get off. I'm about to hop off right quick. Let me ask this one question. If there was an available deal to keep our assets, to consider who are the core assets on this team, and make a trade for, let's say, I mean, it's not going to happen, but let's just throw out a couple players' names. A Bradley Beal.
Man, don't say Bradley Beal or Zach LaVine.
You're not keeping assets with that. So
yeah.
You said,
or JJ Redick. Let's get some shooting.
You could just let him get waived and pick him up for free.
Yeah, or trade something for him, like Frank Ntlikina. You could trade Frank for JJ Redick. Because both are not in the future plans anyway. So it's just a swap of convenience.
Or maybe trade Mitch
for Jackson Hayes.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie, that'd be a good deal.
I'll trade Mitch and Frank for Jackson Hayes and JJ. And New Orleans got to give us a second round.
And I tell you what, I would trade, and I know y'all are gonna think I'm bugging out, but I would trade Nerlens Noel and maybe Austin Rivers for JaVale McGee.
What?
And I know y'all like, man, you bugging.
What was it again?
Nerlens Noel.
Jared Allen over him.
Nerlens Noel.
You're not getting Allen
for JaVale McGee. I would even consider trading for Andre Drummond.
That's a big contract.
Yeah. No, he's a free agent after this year.
Andre Drummond.
He's a free agent after this year.
Yeah.
Drummond's a free agent.
Yeah.
And he's from New York.
Yeah,
maybe that'll work.
And so the thing is about Andre Drummond is it's a big contract, right? But we have $17 million in cap space. If you trade $10 million, you can get Andre Drummond and still fit him under your salary cap. And then when he becomes a free agent this offseason, you free up his $30 million. So now you have $30 million in free agency.
The problem with him is he don't know how to handle being the star of the team.
But we don't want him to be the star of the team.
That type of money, he's going to be the star of the team.
But we don't want him to be the star of the team. We want him to come in and rebound at a high rate, which he does. And finish at the basket. And surprisingly, Andre Drummond will shoot the ball. He has a 3-point shot.
Yeah, you're right.
So we're missing that from Mitch.
You know what my concern is for for trading and giving up assets for free agents or players that are going to only be with you for 1 year is that this is not a talent thing. This is more of an ego, self-evaluation, how much you're worth. Let's say I'll give you an example. I'm going to use Zach LaVine just for an example. One of the reasons I wouldn't trade for Zach LaVine and give up any assets is because he's going to be a free agent after the 22 season. Zach LaVine has never tested the free agent waters before. He was offered a offer sheet by Sacramento, which Chicago matched. At some point in your career, you want to know what your worth is. It's an ego thing. It's something where you want to know what other teams think of you and usually what they're going to offer you in a free agent contract. So Zach LaVine he's a young player. He's only 25, right? He's never been tested the free agent market. He knows he's a good player. People around the league knows he's a good player. So giving up anything of value for a player who you're going to basically keep and he's going to be an unrestricted free agent after the 2022 season is not a given that he's going to just re-sign with you unless you show a lot of growth. However, let's say the Knicks don't show a lot of growth in one season and Zach LaVine becomes an unrestricted free agent. My concern is he might want to test the free agent waters.
Get him out of here, Goose. In that situation that you just said, if we get to Zach LaVine, and
that's why I wouldn't give up a lot for him. That's my concern. What would we have to give up for Zach LaVine? I don't want to give up 2 number 1 picks. I don't want to deplete our assets if this guy is liable to walk in a year because he wants to see what the world thinks of him. You know what I mean?
Well. The thing is,
that's why I won't do it.
The thing is this. So if Zach LaVine comes here and we give away those assets and he's a free agent after the end of next season, bye. Because we traded for him and he didn't improve us.
What if he did? That's the question. What if he did improve us? But he chose to leave anyway.
No. First you said, what if he didn't? First you said, what if he didn't?
No, what if the team overall he improved the position, but overall we did not improve as a team. He's not going to carry us. But let's say the Knicks.
Let me finish. Let me address the first thing you said. Because I understand what you're saying, but I just want to do it one at a time in order to keep a clean line of thought.
Okay.
So if he does come here and say he puts up his same production and the team doesn't improve, bye. You know what I'm saying? Because he won't be the only free agent on the market in 2022. Bradley Beal will be there also. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then we'll have all that money to go after who we want.
Bradley Beal won't be there. He just signed a max contract. He's got a team option. I'm a player option in 2022. So he's got this year and next year, and then at the end of that, he's got a player option for $30 million. Well, he said he don't want to be traded. He just said that yesterday.
Right, but that's not a trade though. That's just free agency.
That means he's gonna pick it up and sign an extension.
Well, okay.
Well, that's my concern. My concern is renting or potentially renting. That's how much I covet our assets. I don't want to give away our assets for a potential rental of a player who might look to move on. You know what I mean? That's just my statement only lends itself to how much I covet our number 1 picks, especially with next year's drafts coming up.
I don't even know that there's anything worth in free agency to chase. I think this team right now is in a position where they have to develop. That's how they're going to get better. They got to draft the right players and maybe get a trade. But other than that, I don't think that they're going to get anybody special in free agency.
And Zach LaVine doesn't solve our point guard issues either.
Doesn't solve any of the issues. He's going to try to shoot the ball all the time. He's going to play lackadaisical defense. So I don't know. What do you think, Chuck?
I don't think about that. I want to say what Freezy didn't want to say, and that Tibbs holding Mitch back from shooting because they don't want his value to rise and for them to have to pay him more money. So that's why he's not taking jump shots. That take, Freezy didn't want to say it, so I will. That take was ridiculous. And the author of it need to be stopped. Then they doubled down and said, they didn't want him to shoot because it'll take from his defense. That too is ridiculous. Tibbs' job is to win games. So if Mitch is showing him that he could shoot, he's not going to tell him not to shoot. So I just wanted to cover what Freezy was starting to say. Who's doing all that noise?
That's me. I'm just sorry. My bad. I'm just putting hand sanitizer on my hands. All right, guys. My bad.
Yeah.
Well,
So,
my take with the whole thing, man, is like I put it this way: if you look at your own life, right? If you had a coworker who had made a statement on the job, and you were willing to defend that coworker, and you went ahead and went about defending that coworker, right? And then after you put yourself out on the ledge, but by defending your coworker comes out after the fact and swallows his words and says, "Oh, I didn't mean it. It was different, and it's all my personal. I'm going through some stuff. You know what I mean?" So now, once he does that, after you put yourself out there, you wipe your hands clean of that, and you're like, you know what? I'm not even. You do you. I'm not even gonna open my mouth or defend you anymore because when you had the opportunity to speak up for yourself, you didn't. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, you want to take the high road, but you know what? Don't complain, and then you get the platform, and once you're given the platform, you tuck and run. So I was in his court, but I'm no longer in his court based solely on that fact. So y'all can have that discussion, but I wipe my hands clean of Mitch Robinson in that regard.
okay, but for the people that decoded a tweet saying they won't let me play and turn that into they won't let me shoot jump shots, I think that was a big reach.
Yeah, but Chuck,
Because
you know what? He had the chance to clarify. He didn't.
well,
So it's all speculation at this point. He had the chance to
yeah,
clarify, to say, you know what, this is what I meant, or this is what I didn't mean,
yeah,
whatever.
but still to take that comment and turn it into jump shots, like he made no mention of shooting. Period. He said they won't let me play. He didn't say they won't let me shoot. If he said that, then we could have said, oh, maybe he's talking about jump shots. But he just said they won't let me play.
Yeah, but remember, when they put a mic in his face, he said, it's a personal thing. I'm going through some personal stuff, right? He didn't even,
Okay.
that's what he ended up saying. So,
Yeah, and that's further away from they won't let me shoot jump shots. He don't he don't have confidence in his jump shot. Mitch is holding Mitch back.
I agree.
The same coach that's letting Noel shoot 10 footers and letting Peyton shoot 25 footers is not telling Mitchell Robinson not to shoot 5 footers.
well, if I remember correctly, the reporter asked him, the reporter used the word offense. So we know Mitch is hitting the offensive boards. We know he's getting lobs. He could have clarified what he meant, and he chose not to.
Yeah,
I wish he
and
would
my
have. Either way, he should have. You know, he didn't.
well,
You guys,
I
do you guys think that he's a part of the future?
Not the long-term future. I don't think so. I think if the Knicks can get themselves a bigger, stronger center with a with a broader offensive game, they'll jump at it. Like if they can get a Drummond in here, I think they'd take it. I think they would gladly take a Drummond if they could.
I think Drummond would fit perfect. I think Drummond would fit nice with Randall.
I think
I
if
don't
he's
think they're
still,
married. They're not married to Mitch.
I think he either traded by the deadline
Yeah,
or he's gone.
next. Yeah,
Cool.
exactly. I don't think Mitch. I don't think he gets
Mitch.
re-signed.
No, the Knicks have a team option this summer. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but if they trade him, what does that mean?
Oh, okay. My bad.
Yeah. They have a team option this summer, and he's unrestricted after next season.
Okay, my bad.
I wouldn't get rid of him. I would bring in a Drummond and have Mitch come off the bench and then get rid of Noel.
That would be tough.
I think the first upgrade we should probably look at, and y'all may have touched on it already, but if we could upgrade at backup point guard, I think we'd be in high cotton.
Backup point guard or starting point guard?
No, backup point guard.
Who's going to be the starter?
We have a backup point guard. His name is Alfred Payton.
Exactly.
No, we have a
he's not Alfred.
we have a backup point guard. His name is no. We don't have a backup point guard.
Well, we do. Alfred Payton is our backup point guard in disguise.
No, Alfred. The only thing Alfred Payton can do for me is show me where another point guard is at.
Would you do Lonzo?
No. Nope.
No, I want a scoring point guard if coming off the bench.
Right.
No, I'm saying to start. I would take Lonzo over Alfred.
Oh, to start?
He could run. He could run the floor at least.
I think Lonzo will make Obi better.
He plays defense. And he plays defense. And
I think Lonzo will make Obi better. I think with his passing skills and his pace, his picking up the pace, I think
he plays defense
Obi
too.
Better.
We don't need a point guard. We got Quickly, remember?
Yeah, we don't need a starter. We don't need a starter. We already have one.
Eventually, in the long run, I want to see Quickly come off the
Freezy.
bench as our sixth man.
Hold on, Freezy. Who's our starter?
Wait a minute. Y'all want to fight? Y'all get y'all energy level up. 2 something in the morning. That's what y'all want to do. Y'all want to argue over Emmanuel Quickly being a starter?
Are you insinuating that Emmanuel Quickly is a starter?
No, I'm telling you, Emmanuel Quickly is the starter. Is the future of the position.
Oh, I thought you meant like right now.
No, he should be starting right now.
He should be starting.
The only reason why he's not is because if you send Alfred Payton to the bench, now you don't have anything behind Quickly.
All right, so let me ask you this: starting next year, you want Quickly to be the starting point guard?
I would say the only other option is Cade Cunningham. If we are lucky enough to get Cade Cunningham, I could see Quickly coming off the bench being the third guard, right? But I don't see another young point guard coming in here and being the starter over Emmanuel Quickly. I just don't.
Jalen Green.
Jalen Green is a shooting guard.
So is Quickly.
No. Jalen Green is the classic shooting guard. Jalen Green is a 6'6" slashing type shooting guard that might be in that Kobe Bryant mold. And Kobe Bryant is not a point guard, by the way, or a combo guard like people like to throw out.
No, he's not.
So if you get if the Knicks get Cade Cunningham, I could see Quickly being the third guard. So it'd be a rotation of R.J. Barrett, Cade Cunningham, and Emmanuel Quickly. Right.
Yeah, Quickly would be the sixth man.
Right. I could see it in that scenario. But don't tell me, don't try to sell me on some BS. Oh, bring in Derrick Rose next year to be the. No, I don't want to hear it. That's not a wise move. You know what I'm saying? It's not 2008. You know what I'm saying?
How about CP3?
No, not next year. No, especially off the money he'll be making. Nah, I would rather fill the small forward position with his money. You know what I'm saying?
Who are you gonna get?
Don't do this, Freezy.
Yeah, I know. It's walk down this road. They're forcing me to walk down this road. So in a perfect scenario, I could come out of next season's draft with Cade Cunningham and Jonathan Kuminga, right? And Jonathan Kuminga will remind you of a Pascal Siakam type, except he's more of a small forward than power forward, like a big, aggressive small forward type. Unlike what we have with Kevin Knox, right? Right. So Suggs and Brian is right. So Tibbs don't use the small forward position. He don't, right? And there's no harm in that. We just want to go by the facts.
I just want to say something because this whole Cade Cunningham thing is getting a little absurd. Is Cade Cunningham? Now I don't know anything about any of the players in the draft.
How do you say it's absurd? How do you say it's absurd?
Because from what I understand,
Chuck B, you better not be in the damn bathroom. Oh, what the hell is going on around here? What the hell is going on around here? Yeah, we don't need to know what you're doing in the bathroom.
Oh man,
Chuck B, have some damn etiquette. Chuck B, have some etiquette.
Man. Thank goodness we didn't hear any logs dropping.
Right.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
Chuck B. Oh boy.
It's 2:00 in the morning.
and Chuck B is in the bathroom pissing on
when nature calls. Yeah, on YouTube for the world to hear.
Right.
Wow.
Thank you.
Drip,
Thank
drip,
you, Chuck
drip.
B. Yeah, man.
He needed to show everybody he had a good flow. In case there was any doubters out there.
Just in case, right? Just in case.
I done lost all.
So Kev, you can't say.
No. Yeah. So that's what I got. What I was gonna say, right? So I'm gonna ask: is Cade Cunningham the best overall #1 prospect?
Yes.
Okay. So stands to say that you would have to have the #1 pick to get Cade Cunningham.
Yep.
Most likely.
Are the Knicks in position, or going to be, odds are, regardless of what happens, in position to get the #1 pick?
Probably not.
I mean, it can happen. When New Orleans got the #1 pick, what was their record? They weren't half bad.
They're probably in like the 6 or 7 range.
Right, they were 9. I think they were 9, and they went all the way
to 1.
And Memphis was 7, and they jumped all the way to 2. And the Knicks had the the worst record, and dropped to 3.
Last year, this year.
The Knicks didn't have their worst record.
No,
last year.
No, the RJ Barrett draft. The Knicks had the worst record.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they
did.
They?
Yes. Not this last year.
No,
Golden State had the worst record.
No, RJ Barrett was a rookie last year.
Oh, RJ.
Okay. Let's just say that the trend for the last 20 years continues, and odds are the basketball gods are not going to give us the #1 pick because they never do. Let's say Detroit gets it, and even though it has got Killian Hayes. Would Detroit still pick Cade Cunningham?
Yes.
Or let's just say if Washington got it, would Washington take Cade Cunningham?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. You know what? I'll tell you what. Name a team with a good point guard. Name a team with a good point guard. Right.
A good point guard.
Yeah. Say the Boston Celtics get it. They have Kemba, right?
Yes.
Right. The Boston Celtics would still select Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, because they were just about to trade. They were looking to trade Kemba this offseason. So
Charlotte wouldn't. Charlotte wouldn't.
Right. Say Charlotte got the #1 pick. Charlotte would still select Cade Cunningham.
No, they would not.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would.
Why? Because they were looking to get rid of somebody.
Because so here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? If say a team had all 3 picks from this year. Say Minnesota drafted James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, and LaMelo Ball, and Cade Cunningham was the #1 pick. I would bet you that Minnesota would trade 2 of those 3 guys for Cade Cunningham. Cade Cunningham is that special. Say for instance, like 2 years ago, a kid named Zion Williamson was the #1 pick in the draft, right? Right. Say Minnesota had James Wiseman, Anthony Edwards, and LaMelo Ball. I would think that the Minnesota Timberwolves would entertain trading 2 of those 3 young guys for Zion, maybe all 3.
No, they wouldn't.
I don't know about that.
You're right. Wow. You don't know about all that, right? So
they would not do that.
So what has Anthony Edwards done in the NBA so far?
He's been solid.
No,
he's been solid, and he's played Oh my goodness! He's played 20 games, man.
Right, but what we're talking about.
How many games has Cade Cunningham played? 0.
Okay, so last year's draft or this draft that just passed, everybody knows was not a top end draft. You just had to pick the best player out of the random dudes that were available, right? But the year before that, you had a Ja Morant and a Zion Williamson in the draft. Would you trade 2 of those guys for Ja Morant?
Trade 2 who guys?
Anthony Edwards, LaMelo Ball, or James Wiseman. Would you trade 2 of those guys for Ja Morant?
I would say, here's my thing. I would not trade James Wiseman. I'd trade the other 2.
For Ja Morant.
I still wouldn't trade James Wiseman.
So Chuck, can you add some levity to this just for either side? How do you feel about Ja Morant?
I'm a Ja Morant fan. I love Ja Morant.
Do you think he's an elite level prospect?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So when you look at LaMelo Ball, do you think LaMelo Ball is in the same class as Ja Morant?
No.
Do you think
that doesn't mean he's not an elite?
Whoa,
do you think no? Listen to what I'm saying though. Do you think Anthony Edwards is in the same class as Ja Morant?
No.
Kev, do you think James Wiseman is in the same class as Ja Morant?
It's not that. I'm not trading 7 feet. I'm not trading 7 feet. No.
So you wouldn't trade Mitch?
That's a different 7 feet.
Hold on. So you all over the board. So you all over the place. What you saying?
Hold on. James Wiseman can be special at 7 feet. Mitchell Robinson can't be. James Wiseman can be special. So no, I don't. I trade a guard. I trade LaMelo or Anthony Edwards, but I'm not trading special at 7 feet.
Hey, so Brad Johnston says different players like trading Shaq for Jordan. So here's the thing: who in this room would trade Michael Jordan and get back Shaquille O'Neal?
Nobody.
I wouldn't.
Nobody. Right? This kid Cade Cunningham is a different type cat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that Shaq isn't great either, you know?
No, I didn't say Shaq wasn't great, but I'm talking about would you trade Michael Jordan for Shaquille O'Neal?
No, it's nothing against Shaq. It's just Jordan's the best ever.
But he's not Jordan, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So would you trade Anthony Edwards and LaMelo Ball for Ja Morant? I'm telling you, I wouldn't take that deal. I'm telling you, I would not take LaMelo and Anthony Edwards for Ja Morant.
Oh no. If I had Ja Morant, I'm not trading him for those 2.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell Tab. That's what I'm trying to tell Goose. And it's the same thing with a Cade Cunningham. With a Cade Cunningham, who you know is the elite prospect. If you're Boston and you have Kemba Walker, you draft Cade Cunningham anyway. Right? If you're Charlotte and you already have LaMelo, you draft Cade Cunningham anyway. You don't pull that crazy, I don't draft Michael Jordan because I have Clyde Drexler. We've seen that, but we've seen that backfire already for teams, right? We've seen Portland. Portland is like, nah, man, I ain't gonna draft Kevin Durant because I have Brandon Roy, and they drafted Greg Oden. And how did that work out for Portland?
I think injuries. The thing about Portland is, yeah, they just messed up because the players they got had injury history already. But injuries is something that you can't, because what's saying that Cade Cunningham, God forbid, I'm not wishing anything ill on him. Let's say, what if Cade Cunningham comes in, tears his ACL, and never lives up to be the same billing that you think he's going to be? I mean, you can't predict injury. Now, with Portland's case, they drafted injured players. That's on them.
Well, but that's a tough pill to swallow, because you just apply that to Cade Cunningham and not the other prospects.
I'm talking about Cade Cunningham because we're talking about Cade Cunningham. Right.
What I'm telling you is Cade Cunningham is an elite prospect, right? And people don't just say his name because he's the hot prospect. Cade Cunningham is special. Cade Cunningham is probably for those that like to push the pace but prefer the a high level of execution in a half court set. Cade Cunningham is your guy, right? And he can't be bullied. You can't push him around physically, right? And you can't go by him like you just can't zoom by him like the thing with other big guards, right? Cade Cunningham, while he's not the fastest, he's the most skilled, right? So he's bringing skill to the NBA table already. Cade Cunningham will start probably for 20 NBA teams off the rip. Off the rip, he started for 20 NBA teams. If you don't have a Kyrie Irving or somebody like that, then Cade Cunningham might start for you. You drafted, say for instance, you drafted Killian Hayes last year. So what? Cade Cunningham is coming in starting.
All right. If the Knicks get the second pick, right? Do you take Suggs?
Yes.
No. If the Knicks get the number 2 pick, if the Knicks get the number 2 pick, I'm packaging Obi and some first round picks to move up to get Cade.
You won't be able to do it.
Let me ask you a question. Hold on.
You won't be able to do it.
You just said you don't trade blah 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 for Cade. So now you're gonna trade. I don't understand that logic. How you just say you don't give up Cade, but now you the Knicks, you just don't automatically trade for him? When you said the team that has the number 1 pick ain't gonna trade him.
Right, because I think Cade Cunningham is that guy. I think you don't. So for instance, give you an example.
But what he's saying.
No, but my question is, if you let's say Detroit has it, right, and the New York has number 2.
Yeah, Detroit ain't trading it.
Why would Detroit trade him when you just said all these things?
But I'm not operating as a Detroit Pistons fan. I'm operating as a New York Knicks fan. So I at least have to try to get Cade.
Even though you know realistically you can try and it's going to fail.
So what?
All right.
That's the reason why you try.
All right. So once it failed, do you take Suggs?
Chuck, let me preface this. Let me preface something. We've been going back and forth about this whole combo guard thing, right? Cade Cunningham is the only lottery pick that is coming out of college as a point guard, labeled as a point guard. Okay.
Suggs.
No, Suggs is listed as a combo guard.
Combo guard, right? Point guard.
The only player listed as a pure point guard in the terms of how they're coming out of college between 1 and 18 is Cade Cunningham, and it drops all the way to 18 for some guy I don't even know his name. Jalen Green. Everything after Cade Cunningham are combo guards or shooting guards. And now, with all this narrative that we've been having about Quickly not being a guard or combo guards not being good guards,
nobody said that.
Well, if we take a Suggs who is coming out of college listed as a shooting guard, point guard, shooting guard, are we going to continue that narrative? Like, what? My question to you is, what makes Suggs a feasible option at point guard over, let's say, any other combo guard coming out of college?
Well,
where we're not going to continue that same narrative as, oh, he's not a real point guard.
Yeah.
I don't think Suggs is a combo guard. I think Suggs is a point guard.
Right.
So therefore, I'm taking Suggs at number 2.
Okay. Well, regardless of what you think, you'll do your own opinion. Every website I see in mock drafts has Suggs listed as a shooting guard / point guard.
Right. Well. So I watch Suggs, right, and I troll Legion of Knicks podcast because he's all in on Jalen Suggs, right? I mean, but whatever. So Suggs is an elite passer in the half court. Elite.
Okay.
Elite passer in half court. So the pocket passes you see him throw, you're like, did he dare throw that pass? And it's accurate, right? Not only is it the smart pass, it's an accurate pass, right?
Right.
So we don't get that from Elfrid Payton. Elfrid Payton is a pass, more of a drive and kick type passer, right? Suggs can throw passes from anywhere on the court from 30 feet. That's elite level passing.
I guess that's my question. You're right on it, Freezy, because what can Suggs do that we could utilize at the point guard position? Let's say that a Quickly can't do, that we cannot use him as a point guard. That's my question.
I think Quickly can do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You hit it right on the nose. You say his passing ability. How about his facilitation skills?
Right. Well, the facilitation and the passing. So think about Suggs as this type player. Think about Tyrese Halliburton, how he can pass from anywhere on the floor, right? Think about Tyrese Halliburton, but also think of a cat like a De'Aaron Fox, also. Not in terms of foot speed, but in terms of athletic ability, being able to finish at the rim, being able to dunk on people, you know what I'm saying, and have size at the position, and being able to shoot, right? But the thing about him is in a regular draft, say like in last year's draft, Suggs would have been the number 1 pick over LaMelo, over Wiseman, over Anthony Edwards, right? Suggs probably would have been the number 1 pick. But if Cade Cunningham had been in the Zion Ja Morant draft with RJ Barrett, you would have strongly had to consider who would go number 1. Like, is Zion better than Cade Cunningham? You would have had to, and people will be like, no, this is hyperbole, but it's not, right? In that draft with Zion, Ja Morant, RJ Barrett, you'd have been like, Cade or Zion or Ja, which one do you prefer? You know what I'm saying? I mean, because Cade is the guy, and the reason why he's far and away the number 1 guy, right? Before there was a question, like he was the number 1 prospect in this class, but people questioned his 3-point shooting, right? So he gets to Oklahoma State, and guess what he brings with him to Oklahoma State? A 3-point shot. And now there is no longer a debate who the number 1 guy is. You know what I mean? You gotta, if you're Tom Thibodeau, Cade Cunningham is like the thing you've been praying for years. You know what I'm saying? He can do all the stuff that Tom Thibodeau wants him to do, and he's an extension of the coach. You know what I'm saying? His pops played at a high level. He plays at a high level. All his coaches are like, you tell him this one thing, say 2 weeks ago, and he's still executing that one thing 2 weeks ahead of time, and you don't have to remind him of anything. You know, so Cade is a different type cat. But to Goose's question though, at number 2, I have to take Evan Mobley. I have to take Evan Mobley, because Evan Mobley is a guy that can do what James Wiseman does and shoot.
Don't need that position.
I know.
I'm taking Suggs.
Yeah, me too.
At 2, you're taking Jalen Suggs.
I'm taking Suggs at 2.
I think you wasted draft capital. Yeah.
How is he my starting point guard?
No, because Jonathan Kuminga could go 2. Evan Mobley could go 2. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why not trade back and then get Jalen Suggs and get draft capital?
Because you trade back, you might not get Jalen Suggs.
And okay, so you might not get Jalen Suggs, but you get Jonathan Kuminga, and you still got more draft capital.
I want the point guard.
Okay.
We've been needing a point guard for the longest. A point guard to unlock this offense right now. So if I could get what some would say the best point guard in the draft, because a lot of people don't consider Cade as a point guard.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what they're talking about.
So, well, either way, I'm taking Cade or Suggs.
Well, there's going to be
Chuck, what do you like about Suggs' game most? What jumps out at you the most?
He's a point guard. That's what jumps out. Passing ability, breaking down the defense. That's what I want.
Right.
There's a team that.
Good, Eric. Being that you would interrupt me anyway.
I mean, just go ahead.
No. Go.
You say he's a point guard. You said that twice, so I thought you were done.
And so for those of y'all keeping track, right now Tankathon has the New York Knicks with the number 7 pick and the number 8 pick. So the number 7 pick from Dallas and the number 8 pick that's earned outright.
I said there's a team that I think is gonna if a team that gets the number 1 pick don't need a point guard, Gets the number one pick.
No,
there's one team. There's a team that's gonna trade, and only one team. Only one team can do it, and that's OKC.
Eric, let me ask you this. Right. So let me ask you this.
Kay Cunningham is gonna be in OKC next year.
No, so let me ask you this. And this is strictly hyperbole, and this is like it's some imaginary question, but it's gonna be fun for me to hear you answer it. Right. So if you're the Brooklyn Nets, right, and you get the number one pick, that's fantasy. I'm talking about their current roster, right? With James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. And you get the number one pick, and the number one prospect in the draft is a guy named LeBron James, right? But you need a center. Do you draft a center because it's a position of need?
Honestly, I'll tell you right now, it depends on where I'm at with the guys I have. If it's it's the end of KD, Kyrie, and Harden.
No, I'm talking about this summer. I'm talking about this year. Is these guys
this year?
Right now?
If I'm the Brooklyn Nets and I somehow got the number one pick,
right? And you could draft.
I trade it for a haul, so that my future, because I got to pay all my guys still. You still got somehow you're going to be over the cap. You got to find a way to get talent in here. Because you can't pay nobody in free agency because you're over the cap. So you have to draft the guys that you get.
Right.
So you got to get draft capital, and you got to try to get first round picks for that number one pick, and then you can continue to build your team for years.
So Goose. So what do? So you're the Brooklyn Nets, right? You have Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant. You need a center, but LeBron James is the number one pick in the draft. What do you do? Do you draft best available player?
No.
Or what do you?
If I'm the Nets, first of all, it'd be a miracle that I even had a number one pick after getting those two guys. But all right, fantasy wise, no, I'm drafting LeBron James, regardless. Because of the fact simply that out of the three players that I have, they're all close to 30 on the other side of 30, and I'm looking at. I may not know it at the time in LeBron James, but I'm getting a generational player at 18, 19 years old.
Right.
I may not know that, but that's what the rumor mill is telling me.
So what do you do, Kev? Hoodie Kev. So you have Kyrie right now, James Harden right now, Kevin Durant right now, and LeBron James is in the draft, but you need a center. So what do you do? Do you search for the best available center?
I hate to say this, but I'm going to agree with Eric D. I'm trading that, and I'm getting as many answers as I can because I feel like I have a championship core, and championship teams do what they can to prolong the championship run.
Yeah, but with a team like that, Kev, I can get a journeyman big man. That's you know what I mean. That's going to give me defense.
You still can.
I didn't say I'm drafting. No, I didn't say I'm drafting a center. I said I'm getting assets, like plural.
Oh, you're going to trade them. You're going to trade them.
Yeah, I'm getting.
That's what I'm going to do. I'll do the same thing.
So Chuck B, what do? You have Kyrie, KD, and James Harden, right? You got the number one pick. LeBron James is considered the number one pick in the draft. So what do you do?
I'm drafting LeBron, and I'm signing a Gasol or JaVale McGee or Kyle Stein, something like that.
Right.
But I'm taking LeBron.
Right. And the reason why I asked that is because it's a difficult way. Do you trade? No, nobody's LeBron, dog. Nobody's LeBron, right?
So this is a bad this is hypothetical is a joke then.
Well, I mean, I didn't say it was. I said it in the beginning. I prefaced it, Eric. I said it was. I said it was a fantasy question. Remember? But my point is this. My point is this, right? Nobody knew how good LeBron James was going to be. Nobody thought LeBron James was going to be the GOAT coming out of high school. We just thought he was going to be really, 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 really good. But we didn't know he was going to be the GOAT, right? The Cleveland already had small forwards. They already had Darius Miles and Ricky Davis. Those dudes were like 20-point per game scorers already in the league, right? But Cleveland is like, I know these dudes are good, but I'm not getting ready to pull a Portland Trailblazers situation where I have a good guy. I'm just going to take the best available player. And I think that's what whatever team gets the number 1 pick is going to do the same. And you know who agrees with me? So Tankathon says the Washington Wizards are going to have the number 1 pick, and they have them drafting Cade Cunningham, right? But guess who plays point guard for the Washington Wizards? Russell Westbrook. Russell Westbrook. Former league MVP, triple-double, future Hall of Famer Russell Westbrook. And that lets you know how good Cade Cunningham is right now.
I'm not going to lie to you. I still want Russell Westbrook. I don't care. I'll take Russell Westbrook right now.
The funny thing about Tankathon, is if you hit that simulation button, all the teams may change, but the 4 players at the top of the draft don't change. It's Cunningham, Mobley, Suggs, and Kuminga.
Right.
No matter how many times you hit that orange button, those names are all the same.
Right. And so that tells you that Cade Cunningham is that guy. That's what I'm telling you. Cade Cunningham is that guy.
I got you, Freeze. I understand. But just how you said nobody knew LeBron was going to be that guy, you prefaced the question.
No. I didn't say
hold
LeBron
on. You said it. You just said it. You said nobody knew LeBron was going to be that guy out of high school. You said that. You literally said that.
No, I didn't. You lying on me, Eric G. I said
you said nobody knew LeBron was going to be that guy out of high school.
Really good. That's what I said. You lying on me.
No.
I said LeBron James was going to be really good, but nobody knew he was going to be the GOAT.
Okay, that's like what I'm saying. So then you preface, of course.
Goose, is that not what I said? Is that not what I said?
Yeah. But you know what? Also, you got to Freezer. You also got to take into account because Cleveland, I'm sure, in the back of their minds, was also thinking this is a hometown kid who's going to sell tickets because Cleveland was at the basement. You know what I mean? Right. So no matter how well he might have turned out to be, he was definitely going to sell tickets because he's a hometown kid out of Cleveland, Ohio.
Right.
Out of Anchorage.
But you know what? If he was a random guy, if he was just a mid-lottery guy, Cleveland wouldn't have been considering him like that. Right? We knew LeBron James was going to be really good.
You never said that until I said that.
Yeah, we had no idea he was going to be the GOAT, though, is what I was saying. You know, in the GOAT conversation, you might have 3 people in the GOAT conversation. And
what was the last bus? What's the last bus coming out of high school that you can remember? Because coming out of high school, most people are going to think you're really good. I mean, Kobe came out of high school. LeBron came out of high school.
But
Lou Will came out of high school.
Lou Will, and he was a 2nd round pick too, by the way. But the thing about Kobe is I knew Kobe was good, but I didn't think he'd be a top 50 player all time. I just thought he was going to be really good, right? But LeBron James was different. We knew LeBron James is the one guy in the draft that you think, regardless what happens or where he goes to, he's still going to be a Hall of Famer out of high school.
I know. So if you had the number 1 pick back in the day, I forgot what year, let's say, and all these good players, and the best player in the world was Kwame Brown, you would trade all those players for Kwame Brown?
No, man.
Of course you're gonna say that because you know now he's a bust.
No, that's not because Kwame Brown was.
Come on, man.
No, come on, Eric G. Don't put that on.
You don't like that argument, don't you? You don't like it because it's the same argument you made with LeBron. Of course, you're gonna take LeBron now because we know he's the best ever.
No, it's not. Kwame Brown was not. Kwame Brown was not on ESPN in the 8th grade. Kwame Brown was not on the cover of Sports.
Because the media wasn't like that, and it wasn't like that.
Kwame Brown was not recruited by Ohio State football. Come on, man. LeBron James was a 5-star athlete in 2 different sports up until
just saying.
Grade. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. That's random.
I'm talking about being a number 1 pick.
Kwame Brown impressed Michael Jordan in individual workouts. That's why he got drafted number 1. It's not Kwame Brown wasn't some guy that was in 7th grade. People was like, this dude's gonna be the number 1 pick. In 7th grade, people were like, LeBron James is going to be the number 1 pick in his draft class.
But was he?
Yes.
Okay, but you could make an argument that Cade Cunningham's not going to be. He probably won't. He could. There's an argument where you could say that you take someone over him.
No. This argument goes all the way back to before the RJ draft. People were like, Cade Cunningham is going to be the number 1 pick in his draft class, whenever it is. Because we didn't know at the time whether high schoolers were going to be able to enter the draft. So they were like, whenever Cade Cunningham comes out, he's the number 1 pick. Kwame Brown impressed some dude, some new GM, a rookie GM in Washington named Michael Jordan, who thought he knew everything. And he picked Kwame Brown because Kwame Brown was a big that could run the floor real well. That's it. Kwame Brown wasn't better than the dudes in his draft class.
We know.
Right, that's what. But LeBron James and Cade Cunningham, you comparing them to Kwame Brown, man? Are you serious?
I'm not comparing him. I'm comparing the value of the pick, not him. I know that. I'm just saying you're talking about a number 1 pick, trading the pick away, or keeping it, or drafting the guy.
Hey, so let me answer Gregory Castillo's question. So he asked, is Cade better than Luka? Hey, Gregory Castillo, to be honest with you, I'm gonna say no right now, but I think he could be in a few years. Right? Is Cade better than Luka? No, man. Luka's got something special, man. Luka is a special player. But think about when you think Cade Cunningham, think Luka. Right? That's a good comparison. What would the Knicks do right now with the Luka Doncic? Or say so right now, I think Cade Cunningham's jumper is a little bit better than Luka. But think along those lines.
I'll take a Luka.
Right. Today we would. Today we would, but I don't know if we would say in 3 or 4 years though.
Well, Luka will be getting better too at that time, so it's not like we can't say. Just as Cade is getting better, Luka's going to be getting better. So
right, and then if you put better players around Luka, as you put better players around him, you'll actually see how good Luka can be because he can elevate players around him, but having other players around him that are better will also make Luka better. But to Chuck's point though, if we're picking at 2, I don't see a scenario where I could skip Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley is a special type. This draft, I think what happened is last year's draft, the Obi draft, has people thinking this year's draft is going to be the same. But nah, this draft right here is going to be the deepest draft you've probably seen since 1989.
Well, no, the LeBron draft is pretty tough.
Yeah.
If we get the 2nd pick and don't take Suggs, we're going to regret it.
Why, Chuck?
Because we still don't have a point guard. You want another Peyton next year? You got to solve that position. It has to be done. Go ahead.
I feel you on Suggs. I'm not saying Suggs is a bad player. And that's not what I'm saying. Like you heard me be extra complimentary to his half court skills. You know what I'm saying? And how tough he is as a person. Right? And what I'm saying is I just don't know if you could pass on Kuminga, who could be the Greek freak light. You know what I'm saying? Kuminga, man, look. Jonathan Kuminga could be the Greek freak light. And I know all this sounds like hyperbole, but I think y'all are really sleeping on how good this draft class is. It's the reason why people value these picks as far back as 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Nobody wants to trade their 2021 draft pick because of who they can get out of this draft class.
Well, I guess that speaks very highly of Porzingis, doesn't it?
Yes. Thank you, Dallas. Thank you, Dallas for getting us Jalen Suggs.
Well, we got to get the number 2 pick, and I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, we don't know because it's a lottery. We don't know. But if that pick,
and even if it wasn't a lottery, we wouldn't have the second worst record in basketball.
So let me say this: if the Knicks finish at, let's say they do finish like Dallas at 9 and us at like 13, are we getting a generational pick at those two spots?
No.
At what pick? I'm sorry.
Like 9 and 13.
9 and 13. Let me see. 9 and 13.
Never know.
Yes. Yes, because at 9, if we get Scotty Barnes at 9, Obi is gone. I'm telling you, if we get 9, Obi Toppin will be playing for the Vancouver Grizzlies.
That's cold.
I'm telling you, man, and then so there are so many guys in this draft. Like for instance, if we could get, and I know this is gonna sound crazy, but if we can get Scotty Barnes and BJ Boston, who's a 6'9" shooting guard, man. Oh, a 6'9" shooting guard, and he's legit 6'9" without shoes on, right? A 6'9" shooting guard, silky smooth handles, man, can facilitate, can stroke that man. Look, but you know what though? With all that said, I would trade both their asses for Bradley Beal right now. Like if we're picking 9 and 13. And Scotty Barnes and BJ Boston are on the board, I'm going Washington Wizards. Do you want Scotty Barnes and BJ Boston? So they could leave the draft with Cade Cunningham, BJ Boston, and Scotty Barnes. You think that would entice them in their rebuild?
Yeah, but they would probably want to get rid of Russ and keep Bradley Beal to go with those guys.
Yeah, we couldn't do. I don't know if Russ is the guy. Only Hoodie Cav would be feeling that.
Y'all know why I like Russell Westbrook? Russell Westbrook, has been bad this year. Like he's been bad. He's almost been Elfrid Payton bad.
He had a great game the other day.
And Russell Westbrook is still getting 20 and 10. Just think about it. Russell Westbrook has been Elfrid Payton bad.
Right.
But Russell Westbrook is still, at his worst, still getting you 20 and 10.
Way more attempts.
I would take the attempts. I would.
What we getting them from quickly?
More attempts from Russell Westbrook is less attempts from Reggie Bullock and Austin Rivers. And
we getting that from quickly. We getting that from quickly.
And Quickly's actually making them.
Well,
I think he's shooting.
Can Russell Westbrook and Quickly be on the floor together?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, I think so.
So
that would be nice, actually.
Again, we're getting less of Reggie Bullock and Austin Rivers, and I don't see how that's a bad thing.
Quickly shooting percentages are not good right now. So
you're not. You're stuck for some reason. You are stuck on Emmanuel Quickly.
No, because
and I said nothing about Emmanuel Quickly. I said if we get Russell Westbrook, that's less of Reggie Bullock and Austin Rivers.
Okay.
And how can that be a bad thing?
Hey, let me revise something. I'm sorry. BJ Boston is not 6'9". BJ Boston is 6'6" in flat foot. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Eric said Quickly makes those shots, make them or whatever. So that's why I said his percentages are not that good. But
I'm going to take a 9-time All-Star that at his worst is still good for 20 and 10. And still shooting above 40% at his worst.
So you take Westbrook on the Knicks?
He's a point guard.
Do I got to sign up? Do I got to go to the airport or to the Amtrak station and go pick him up? Yes. If I don't got to deal with Elfrid Payton, Austin Rivers, and Reggie Bullock, yes, I'm taking Russell Westbrook today, right now.
But you know I want to Kara Lewis. Stop it.
I don't see how. Are y'all happy Alfred Payton? Like y'all want to see more of that?
No.
Well, for the rest of the year until we upgrade it, but I don't want to.
If Washington called right now and said, "Listen, I want to make a deal. I want to give y'all Russell Westbrook. Y'all just name your price. What do y'all want to give us?" You be like, "Nah, I don't. I want to do him."
Nah.
He making too much money, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You know what I hate? As you giving up some of your own money for Russell Westbrook? Is it your money or is it James Dolan money? What difference is it you how much money he makes?
And two, the thing with money is Dolan's gonna pay that money anyway. So he's gonna pay 115 million. It doesn't matter who he pay it to. It doesn't matter if he spread it across 7 players or paid to 1 player. He's still gonna pay 115 million dollars.
Now, how long you think it'll take before Westbrook and quickly get in a fight?
It don't matter. And say if I'm Russell, hey, make an All-Star game first. Then you can talk to me. Make one All-Star game. Hey, how about this, rookie? Win Rookie of the Month. Because last I heard, Tyrese Halliburton just won that.
Well, he's probably gonna win it this month.
The only way I would make that trade. I would make that trade if his assist numbers can remain above 10.
When is Russell Westbrook's assist numbers not remained above 10?
Well, he's getting older, Kev. That's what I'm saying. I mean, he's not gonna be a triple-double threat all his life in the NBA.
Listen, for the next 2, maybe 3 years, I'm pretty sure Russell Westbrook can get some good assist numbers. I'm banking on Russell Westbrook the next 2 to 3 years still get me 20 and 10.
Kev. So for the record, I just want to point something out, right? I just want to point something out for the record, right? So Tyrese Halliburton won Rookie of the Month, right? And we're like, oh my God, Tyrese Halliburton. Let me put myself on a big camera because you got to see this ugly face under me. Oh my God, Tyrese Halliburton. Tyrese Halliburton won Rookie of the Month, averaging 10 points and 5 assists. Really? Are we saying that Tyrese Halliburton is that much better than Emmanuel Quickly? Is that what we're saying?
He's not.
Did he average that for the month?
No, for the month.
That's just exactly.
For the month, Tyrese Halliburton actually averaged more than Emmanuel Quickly.
Yeah, man.
Me as Knicks fans don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. They don't.
He also
They're
wasn't
gonna find
playing
out every minute stat to say Emmanuel Quickly is better than Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah, but he wasn't playing a lot.
Per 36, he's one of the greatest ever.
No, he wasn't playing a lot, and he got hurt. Quickly got hurt, and he wasn't playing a lot.
Oh, stop.
All right. So
now Quickly's playing. He's averaging over 20 a game.
What?
Quickly's averaging over the last few games. Quickly's averaging over 20 a game. He's 2 in a row, 3 in a row now.
Oh, so 3, you basing it the whole month off 3 games. Okay.
Jesus
hey, Kev.
Well, the month just started, so
okay. So you're right, Kev. So you're already so just this is for Hoodie Kev. So I said he averaged 10 points, right? He didn't average 10 points. He averaged more. He averaged 11 points when he won Rookie of the Month. Whoop-de-damn do. 11. He averaged 11.
Hey, what was Emmanuel Quickly averaging this past month?
All right. So the only reason why I'm gonna even research this is because it's Hoodie Kev. If it was anybody else aside from Hoodie Kev, I'd say do your own research.
Because I believe I know where I can find it. Because I'm pretty sure that he was averaging like 12.7 points.
No, I'm looking at.
Hold on, not even. And here's the funny thing.
I think he's averaging 13.3 right now.
Hold on. Here's the funny thing. I don't even know why I brought up Tyrese Halliburton, because Tyrese Halliburton plays in the West. Here's what's funny. The Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month was another point guard, and his name is LaMelo Ball. The Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month is LaMelo Ball.
Okay. All right. I got you. Trust me. I got you.
And the funny thing is, and I hate it because we haven't brought his name up in a long time. I was like, yo, if I'm Kevin Knox, I'm like, can someone else please win Rookie of the Month?
God.
I'm tired of the only one with this trophy in my house. Can someone else win it?
oh, someone else on the Knicks, you mean?
Yeah, can someone else on this team please win Rookie of the Month?
Yeah, but LaMelo's not scoring the
We ain't had
ball.
a
I mean,
rookie
he's
win
got
Rookie
that
of the
because
Month
he's
since
getting
I
hype
was a
from
rookie.
he's getting all the hype. That's why LaMelo Ball got that.
Oh no,
that ain't no hype.
no, that's a lie. That's a lie and a half. Because I ain't heard Paul George or I ain't seen Lou Williams dap up LaMelo Ball. I ain't seen Paul George
talking
or
about from the
Kawhi Leonard
media,
talk
the
about
voters.
LaMelo Ball.
The
So
voters.
don't sit here and say
The media.
LaMelo Ball getting all the hype.
Yeah,
no,
but the players don't vote for players of the
bold-faced
month.
lie.
The
Emmanuel
players don't
Quickly
vote.
getting more hype than LaMelo
The
Ball
players
is.
do not vote for players of the month. The media does.
You said no. You said
I said hype from the
LaMelo
media.
Ball is getting more hype, and
From
that's
the
a lie.
media.
No.
And man, but you can't measure that. Hype is something that you can't measure. So arguing over it.
Hype is when a Twitter picture of Lou Williams dapping up Emmanuel Quickly goes viral. That's hype.
But Kev, listen.
I can quantify that.
Kev, listen to what I'm saying. You can't measure hype with stats, but you know what you can do?
Can I hype a Twitter feed? Twitter, that's hype, right? Hype is something that's put on the media. He said media. And with a Twitter picture, a picture of Lou Williams dapping up Emmanuel Quickly goes viral. That's hype. That's hype. That's quantifiable.
No, again, see, you missed my point because you want to be right. I didn't say hype. I said measure.
What's IQ stats? Come on. What we got?
Right. So IQ stats for that same month, he averaged 12.8 points a game, averaged 2.6 assists, 2.3 rebounds. Right?
Ooh, that's a willing passer.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe your team can't shoot.
Exactly.
No.
That's exactly what it is.
That is not exactly what it is.
Yes, it is.
Hey, so Emmanuel Quickly kicks the ball out to who's the center that plays with Nerlens Noel.
He drops all the passes. Oh my God.
He's a good shooter. He kicks out to the power forward, Obi Toppin. Oh, he's a good shooter. Oh, the small forward. Who's the small forward in the second unit? Alec Burks.
Quickly had two games where he passed the ball. Other than that, he going for his. And he went for his in those games too.
What does Halliburton average for the season?
Hey man, you gotta do your own research, man. Y'all gotta do your own. Y'all ain't gonna work me to death.
So let me get this straight. So LaMelo Ball is passing it. Hold on. So LaMelo Ball, who's come off the bench, is passing it to Bismack Biyombo. Exactly. That's who LaMelo Ball center is. Biyombo.
No, it's not. It's Zeller.
LaMelo Ball is coming off the bench up until a game ago. So the center he's passing the ball to
he's coming off the bench, but he's playing with the starters.
Emmanuel Quickly's playing with the starters.
Exactly.
So Freezy just said, oh, he's passing the ball to Nerlens Noel. So that's the case.
He does.
He is.
So LaMelo Ball is passing it to Biyombo.
No, he's not. He's passing it to Cody Zeller. He's passing it to
No.
Yes, he is.
No.
Zeller.
He's passing it to Biyombo.
To Miles Bridges.
So Kev.
That's what he's passing to.
Did I tell a lie when I said?
So now passing is passing.
No.
It's gonna fit Eric B's argument. Passing is passing.
You can't just slander somebody's name just random. So listen. So I said he passes the ball to Nerlens Noel, to Obi Toppin, to Alec Burks, right? To Austin Rivers. Where is the lie in that?
Where is the lie in LaMelo Ball passing to Biyombo?
No. You said Freezy said he passed the ball to Nerlens Noel. So where's the lie in that?
The argument I'm making is, and LaMelo Ball is passing it to Biyombo. And Malik Monk, who's had one good game so far this year.
Oh man.
And Miles Bridges.
Right, I'm with David Parker, man. Who cares? I just think that the thing is Emmanuel Quickly.
Of course, it's who cares when it don't fit your argument. When it don't fit your argument, it's who cares?
Right? No,
it cares when y'all making the argument. It cares then. It matters then.
No,
but when y'all losing the argument, who cares? I'm taking my ball and going home. That's Knicks fans for you.
Nah, man. No, that ain't Knicks fan. Man, come on, man.
Yes, it is.
No. So y'all want to say a dude with lower numbers should get more shine over a dude that put up better numbers? Thank you. But you know what? Though?
The voters think that. Whoever votes for Rookie of the Month, they think that.
Right.
It's flawed. That's a flawed system.
Right.
Why do you think Kevin Knox got one? Why do you think Kevin Knox got one?
But only Knicks fans.
Because Kevin Knox is averaging 20 points a game that month.
Yeah. And he's not even gonna probably be on the Knicks after his rookie deal or in the league.
See how Knicks fans get salty when they lose arguments?
Yeah.
That is you to the key. But okay.
That's how you are.
Yeah. That's how Hoodie Cap is. Hoodie Cap.
But here's my thing. No, I don't ever be like, oh well, this is why this happened. No, I'm gonna give you reasons for everything that I say. I'm gonna give a solid argument to everything I say. I don't get salty for no good reason, regardless of what people think.
Man was
if I say something, I'm gonna come with a fact with it. Like if I say Austin Rivers,
what was that? What'd you say?
I say Austin Rivers is averaging 3 points a game, that's a fact.
You said he was salty the other day?
So, hey, Buds. So Kev W said he doesn't get salty, but watch this. Kevin Knox got DNPs and he deserves those DNPs because he trash.
Okay. That's what Tom Thibodeau. If that's what Tom Thibodeau feels.
Kev W, I'm talking to Buds. I ain't talking to Kev W.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It was about me though. It was about me though. Okay.
Hey, Freezy, I got two things.
Right.
One, y'all need to stop letting Kev get on here with lies and just not let them go unchecked. Because IQ has scored more points in the month of January than both of Halliburton and LaMelo.
I know.
So let's get that out the way. And now, Chuck, you wanted Tyrell Terry with a 25th pick. How's that man doing?
I said Terry or Bain, and then
how they doing though? How they doing compared to Emmanuel Quickly?
It Quickly would have been there at 33. That's the point.
But that's not the point. We drafted Emmanuel Quickly at 25. How are the other two doing? Are they doing better? Are they outperforming Quickly?
That's not the point. My point is we had 3 picks.
No,
and I wanted 3 players. And
so you wanted another player not to play, just sit on the bench?
It don't matter what they do with him. I wanted 3. We're a rebuilding team. We need as much talent as we could get, and we had 3 picks. Right? So I wanted 3 players, and I felt we could have got Quickly at 33.
Yeah, but you still slander him. Just admit you was wrong on him. It's
no,
okay. We're all wrong.
I'm not wrong on him. And what you're calling slander is me saying he's a combo guard.
I'm not slandering.
Who is this? Can I say something? Who is this anyway?
This is Buds.
Oh, okay. So let me take you something. LaMelo Ball probably didn't score as much as Emmanuel Quickly, but guess what? LaMelo Ball had 5.9 assists, which was second among rookies. He had 6 assists, which was first among rookies, and he had 1.5 steals, which was first amongst rookies. So unless you just go in there and score,
and he had all the rookies in turnovers too,
and don't bring anything else to the table, then fine. Let's give it to him. But guess what? LaMelo Ball is actually doing other things other than just scoring.
Yeah, he turns the ball over.
No,
now he turns the ball over.
No,
okay.
LaMelo Ball was 12 this year with the turnovers.
LaMelo 12, 6, and 6.
Yeah, or 13, 6, and 6. Let's just call it 13.
13, 6, and 6.
Right.
Well, we got to go by the month of January.
We are just saying Emmanuel Quickly
that is January.
Scores more. And
he don't turn the ball over.
What else?
He don't pass. You got to.
He plays better defense.
He plays. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. What are you gonna do? Point the steals because he sits in the passing lanes, jump passing lanes? That's not.
Quickly
defense.
don't play no defense.
What?
Who doesn't play no defense? LaMelo Ball. I agree.
No, Quickly.
Oh my God, Quickly plays defense.
On who?
Yeah, I'm bugging.
He defend other people from getting the ball.
But
he defend his teammates from getting the ball.
Hey, Bud. So what it is Knicks fans like to eat their young. They love doing it. They love doing it. They like to eat their young.
You know what
like they say Quickly is trash.
They get somebody good and they trash him.
Nobody said trash. I said he was a
I never
guard.
said anything. No, what I said is Knicks fans want to go ahead and give Emmanuel Quickly the MVP.
Yeah.
They want to go ahead and say he's the greatest thing since Clyde Frazier.
Nobody said
that.
Yeah, and then when someone else has the sheer audacity to say someone else is better, and they get upset.
No,
because theirs ain't the shiniest toy in the playground.
We just said Kevin Knox is trash. That's
Kevin Knox is trash. He getting DNPs, and guess who won the Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month? LaMelo Ball.
Right.
What does that have to do with Kevin Knox?
Yeah, who cares?
What I got to do with Emmanuel quickly? Because y'all got real salty when I said y'all got real. This conversation turned real quick when I said LaMelo Ball won the Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month.
Kev,
and when I said, actually, no, the conversation turned quickly. The conversation turned when I said, if I was Kevin Knox, I'd be like, man, can another young Knicks player win Rookie of the Month?
Kev,
why am I the only one with that trophy in my house?
Kev, why do you have to make your argument by bringing other people into it to either trash or bring down your guy? Like, how about you make your argument for Kevin Knox by not slandering Reggie Bullock?
Right.
Because Reggie Bullock deserves to be slandered.
So does Kevin Knox.
Because Austin Rivers, who walked in off the street and was getting 25 minutes a game, deserves to be slandered for averaging 3 points a game.
No,
probably is going down because he only had 1 point yesterday, so it's probably going down. I'm giving him the benefit of doubt and being kind when I'm saying 3 points.
The thing is, nobody disagrees that they are bad. My point is, why do you have to point out that they are bad to make Kevin Knox seem better than he is?
I'm not making Kevin Knox seem better. I'm saying Kevin Knox should be playing if we were given.
If he was better, he would be playing.
This year was about development. So unless you're trying to develop Reggie Bullock and Austin Rivers, don't give me those lies in the first place.
What slander that I have for Quickly? Please tell me.
Oh, me?
Me.
The Quickly, anytime he does anything, you gotta try to. Oh, he's not a point guard. Oh, he's not. Shoot. Oh, he
do.
He does. He's not a point guard. I agree. He's a combo guard.
What's the slander?
But you have to try to knock him down to take away from.
You never say anything good about him.
No, because people saying, "Oh, that's the point guard of the future." So when I say he's not a point guard, that is not slander.
I agree with that. I agree with that. That's not slander.
All right. So yeah, that's what I say.
No, but you do more than that.
Yeah.
You talk about
like
how he takes players out of the game by chucking up shots and all this. That man has brought us back into so many games.
Mm-hmm.
And he also shoot the rhythm out of the offense.
Can I ask a question?
Because nobody else can shoot on the
offense. Can I ask a question?
Because he don't let nobody else shoot. He got the ball.
Can I ask a question?
Just watch them
I just want to ask one question.
Go ahead.
If Austin Rivers and Reggie Bullock weren't stinking up and not giving you no points, would Emmanuel quickly have to put us back in the game?
I mean, is Kevin Knox on the bench?
You answer my question, I answer yours. How about that?
Repeat the question.
If Austin Rivers and Reggie Bullock were giving you close to nothing, would Emmanuel quickly have to come in and bring us back? It's yes or no?
It's not a yes or no because there's plenty more variables on the basketball team than just.
No, it's not. If
yes,
Austin Rivers
and
Reggie Bullock were actually scoring, and we wouldn't have big deficits because they were scoring, then Emmanuel quickly.
Hey, Rob the Nick, what you doing? Come on, get in the chat. We miss you, dog. It's been like 3 days. I don't know what's going on with you. I called you earlier, man, but I didn't get through. So come on, jump in the chat. Sorry about that, y'all.
You could just told it to shut up, Freezy.
Nah, man. Nah. Hey, Rob the Nick, come on, man, stop playing.
But yeah, there's more variables to the team than just Reggie Bullock and Alec Burks and.
So you have a starting player giving you almost nothing. Your first reserve is giving you almost nothing, and yet you're saying there's more variables. Okay, what are these other variables?
How is RJ Barrett doing? Is he forcing looks at the rim? Is he playing within the flow of the offense? What is Julius Randle doing? Is he, just turning the ball over? Is he making his mid-range games? Is he hitting his outside shots? What is Elfrid Payton doing? Did this offense start out stagnant or not, like they usually do behind Elfrid Payton?
Exactly.
There's plenty of parts.
So let me get this straight.
I agree.
So you're going to sit here and blame the two best players.
No, I'm going to blame the whole
who are
team
giving you 20 points a game a night, regardless of they're giving you 20 points games a night,
Who?
and not putting an emphasis on your starter at the small forward.
What's up?
And your first reserve off the bench who are giving you nothing. They're giving you nothing.
Yes, they are part
and
of it.
Yes,
they're not...
the variable is, oh, you know what? Maybe Julius Randle is not doing anything, even though he's the one who's putting us in position to be closer as we are, because he got to pick up the slack for two other players who aren't scoring.
Yeah, your stars usually do that for you. That's what they're.
Okay, so you brought up the stars. I'm talking about the two other players. One is a starter and one is the first one off the bench.
Yes, and they're not free from blame. Of course they're able to be blamed.
So again, let me ask you a question. If Reggie Bullock and Austin Rivers were actually giving you something, would Emmanuel quickly have to come in and bring us back from deficits?
Yes.
Not always. It doesn't. There's not a. It's not a.
I am tired of this person, Freezy.
That's how the whole chat feels about you, OG. But all right. I got a question. I got a question for the thread or the panel that I've been meaning to ask. So, Julius Randle makes $20 million a year, right? That's not number one option money. Why do we feel that he has to give us number one option production? We all know he's not it. He's not the final piece of the puzzle. So why do we expect that type of, obviously we can expect a lot out of the guy who's given the chunk of the load, but we kill him sometimes. People were killing him for the Chicago game for that that turnover to close it, and that sucked. But we had plenty of chances to come back. If RJ hit a corner three, we would have took the lead. Chicago calls a timeout. That whole end of the game is completely different.
Right.
So
I never kill him on nothing. I like Randall, but
I like Randall.
But as far as other people, they're expecting that because he's the best player on the team. But I just want to address Wayne Peterson, who said I said Quickly was a bum, right? I will bet you any amount of money you cannot put up no footage of me saying Quickly is a bum. I'm tired of people saying I said stuff that I didn't say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That get mad annoying because I say enough stuff that could be debated or whatever, but stop putting words in my mouth. I never said Quickly was a bum. What I said was I don't like his style of play. That don't make him a bum. A lot of people don't like James Harden's style of play. He's a Hall of Famer. So just because I don't like somebody's style of play don't mean I think they're a bum. I never called him a bum. And the only player I called a bust outright was Frank. And I said Knox had 1 foot and bust in the door. A bust. That's it. So please stop misquoting me.
Somebody else, C-Mac said, Wayne Peterson, I got footage of Chuck saying that he's a bum. Go get your money, fam.
Come on, bet it. And whoever's C-Mac, bet that too. Let's do this right.
I want to see that because I could see you saying that though. I don't know if you said it.
You can't see me saying that. You can't see me saying that because I didn't say it. I never called him a bum.
Can I say something? Because I see in the chat that I guess I'm turning into like the Knicks are not villain. Knicks are not villain, which is fine because I'm gonna call out people for their stupid takes and have nothing to build up because they get in their feelings and get hurt by the truth. I am so sorry. You know what? I am not going to sit here and if I ask a simple question and you, first off, it's a lie when someone starts stuttering about something and then have no actual valid points. Because if I say something, I'm actually going to have a valid point for why I said what I said, right? But if you just come on and you want to change the narrative as you go, no, I'm not going to stand for that. I have no issue of calling anybody else out because if you want to come on this channel, make sure you just don't say something just because you're saying something because you in the chat and you feel like, oh, well, that's wrong. No, have some merit to anything that you say. That's all I ask for.
Wayne Peterson
have some
said,
merit for anything that you say.
He said someone debated you that he was a point guard versus a combo guard, and you said he was a bum. It was literally after he had a bad game. I remember vividly.
A bum. I said he was a combo guard. I never said he was a bum. Jesus
yeah,
Christ. I probably said the person was a bum, not the player. I probably said somebody on the panel or the chat was a bum because I call a lot of these dudes bums that are bums, but I never called the player a bum.
Trizzy Trey said, "Kev, your takes are trash, and you throw hissy fits."
Hey, Rob the Nick, what's good?
Thank you, Trizzy Trey, for coming in and checking out the show every night and watching me.
Hey, so
what's up, Rob?
Rob, what's good?
What's up? I got somebody at work. I think you jinxed everybody, Freezy. Dude slipped on a banana peel.
Oh, God, okay.
I got banana peel patrol now.
Man. So the dude with me, I ain't gonna say his name because if I see him, I might haul up and. So anyway, the dude set me up, right? The dude set me because he didn't want to be on this shift, right? And then, but he's like, yo, look out for me, man. What? And so this is the card he played, right? Yo, the brothers gotta look out for each other, man. You know what I'm saying? You got your little joint, man, and you ain't looking out for the brothers, man. You always be kissing up to the white man. You know what I'm saying? So he went, and so I'm like, nah, dog, I got you. First of all, don't come at me like that because I will take you outside and slap you across your teeth, right? So, but secondly, I'll look out for you. You know what I'm saying? And then he get in and work like a week, and now he hurt himself. So now he getting paid. I ain't got nobody in the position, and he's still getting bread. You know what I'm saying? So he set me up. I wish I could just. And he wanted to, and for those that don't know, would that argument be like? I'm sorry if it sounds disrespectful, but some of the brothers in here might know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, when you get like in a position where you have something, and cats be like, you know, why you ain't looking out for others. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry about that.
My thing is, no fan likes every player. Like, because if you say you do, you're a liar. Most of the Knicks fans sit around and slander Peyton or whoever. It always happens. So because I don't like a person's style of play, don't mean I think they're a bum. But y'all literally call Peyton bum.
And I call him
trash. Both can be true.
He literally is.
Yeah, but that's not what I do with quickly. I say I don't like his style of play. I don't like. Right. I compared his style of play to Tim Hardaway Jr. and to Melo. Melo's a Hall of Fame. Oh, yo, that noise is crazy.
Yeah, who's crackling paper?
I think that's Kev.
Kev doing paperwork. Yeah, let me hold on for a second.
No, I think it was Goose.
That ain't me.
No, it was Goose.
Man, my mic is muted.
Oh,
you got the echo.
I thought it was from you before, Goose. Oh no, it's not. Oh, so it's Eric.
No, it's not. I'm not crackling no paper. Oh. You can see me.
No, something was done. It
was Goose. Goose, he eating something.
Well,
but my mic is muted, bro. My mic is muted.
Okay,
man.
All right.
It's whatever. Keep it going.
Good now because it's gone now. So.
Damn.
So Chuck, I understand what you're saying about that. Everybody's not going to be a fan of every player, and you're right because I'm not a fan of Elfrid Payton.
Yeah,
at all.
Yes. So for people to attack me because I don't like who they like, I don't like that because I don't attack other people who don't like who I like.
You know what? What the problem is? It's not about who people don't like. This is what really gets me. When they try to trash other people because because you're coming at a person. Like, when you go off team and you try to give somebody else credit off teams, that really doesn't have nothing to do with about Nick at night. We here to talk about the Knicks, not what Melo Ball doing versus the guy on our team, or why should he beat him out on the rookie of the month and what he's doing and what Halliburton is doing versus our rookies. Because we don't see them every night. We see what the media tells us about them, which we don't even trust the media. So why should we trust the media when they talking about another player?
Right.
We don't even trust them when they talking about our players. If you're not seeing nobody right now, 15 to 20 games, I really feel as though you don't even have an opinion about the guy. You have a national opinion about him, about what they told you about the guy. You know, not the style of play or whatever. You know, and that's crazy. I don't mind. You can say, okay, if Knox is a bum, and then, you know, your argument is always about who's in front of him or who's behind him and not concentrating on why Knox is not playing. The development of Knox is this here. In 2 years, you should be able to knock out Reggie Bullock. You should be able to knock him out the box with no problem. And you be that position. But if you running around here lack of confidence and have coaching second guessing because you don't have the mental fortitude to beat out Reggie Bullock, come on now, you got to do something. That's all to it. I like Knox myself, but I also look at the big picture. They put a $5 million guy in front of you. You make more than him, and you can't beat him out. And then you're going to scream about development? Nah, that's part of your development, showing a mental fortitude to beat Reggie Bullock.
Word. Bang, bang. That's it.
That's it. And get on with your job. That's it. They're all about what Tibbs is doing and all of that there. Nah, you come out whatever they telling you that you need to do. I don't care if you have to get in the first 5 games and foul out every game to get to your defense, to get the refs to give you some respect on defense. Do whatever you have to do.
Right.
And then you get that spot. That's just it. Everybody can't hold your hand. You know, you's a good dude. You got a shot. You know what I'm saying? But it's something that you're not doing, and I don't see no prejudice in it because Quickly can come off the bench and he can go for his. You know what I'm saying? And that's just that. Whatever Quickly is allowed to do is that Quickly was able to prove that you allow me to do this, I'm going to help the team. You standing in that corner missing shots every now and then is not helping the team. 2 shots will take you up to 43%. 2 shots will knock you down to 39%, 34%. 2 misses, you have a bad game. You'll go from 43% because you're not really putting up enough shots. They had one stat on Kevin Knox was though he had 34 threes and 27 twos. So anything working in that area on a hit or miss is going to take them either up or down. Up or down. And that's it. You know, look, he's benched for a reason. Do he deserve it? I would have to say right now, thinking about the whole picture, yes, he does.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
Maybe sitting on your bench going to help.
Breaking news. Mo said Quickly changed his agency to Rock Nation.
He's been done that since last night.
Yeah. Style of play is a preference. And if you prefer somebody's style of play over another's, I can't knock that. That's your preference. That's what you like. So because I don't like a certain player's style of play, don't mean I need to be slandered for it. You know what I'm saying? That's just my preference. You have your preference, you keep that. I have mine. I just happen to not like. I didn't like Melo. He's a Hall of Famer. I didn't like his style of play. Let me rephrase that. I didn't like his style of play. He held the ball too long for my liking. That's what I didn't like. I felt Hardaway took a lot of terrible shots. He didn't have no regard to the shot clock. That I didn't like that. And Quickly fits that mold for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a preference thing. I don't like his style of play. I didn't call Melo a bum. I didn't call Hardaway Jr. a bum, and I didn't call Quickly a bum. I just don't like their style of play.
Chuck, let me ask you a question.
Potential 80% bust. You did say that.
Potential
80% bust.
Potential, and I also said Obi was rookie of the year. I also said that.
Well, now Quickly looks like he has a better chance of that.
No. This was before the season started, and I only said the Quickly thing because I had to explain this 1,000 times because I felt they could have got him at 33. So I felt it was a reach. So that's the only reason, and I wanted 3 players instead of 2.
A good reach.
Can I say something?
I don't think that 5'4". I don't think that 5'9" guard Tyler would have been playing right now. Me personally, he would have been too short to play.
Baines, there was a lot of options there at 25. There was a lot of options there at 25. But the point is, we still could have had Quickly and that player. When you rebuild and you
maybe Chuck, you don't know for sure.
That's how I feel. That's my opinion.
Okay, your own personal belief. But can you take it back that Quickly is not going to be a potential bust, or are you living on your sword?
No, I already said days ago that it's hard to be a bust at 25 for one.
Well, I said, do you take it back? Do you take about the potential bust?
He's not going to be a bust. He's first of all, like I said, it's hard to. I don't think there's going to be a bust past 25 or past 20. I don't think nobody's going to be a bust past the 20th pick. It's almost impossible to be a bust past 20.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Well, people would have been saying, how did we get Emmanuel Quickly at 25 if there was a tournament this year? So,
yeah. What I would tell you is this: you can make the argument that Emmanuel Quickly could have been the 8th pick.
The way he playing,
the way he's playing.
So thank you, Powell, for the super chat. Chuck takes are objective, agree to disagree. Cool. Fans have opinions. Other fans just live and disparage their own players who are on the come up. Can't be happy for those who are clearly on the rise.
That's true.
Thank you for the super chat, Powell. Hey, Powell, you need to come on here too. What are you waiting on? Because it's what 12:23 in California. I mean, it ain't really late, depending on how you feeling. So,
quick question: Is Hardaway the same player in Dallas that he was in New York? Now he has a different supporting cast.
He's a little better.
He's a better player in Dallas.
Okay, so my question to you is: Quickly's play. A lot of people label him as being a greedy player. Think for him looking for his own shot type of player. Do you think his game is the way it is because of the team around him? He doesn't see others stepping up, so when he sees the opportunity to score and put up numbers, he chooses to go that path.
He did not play this way in Kentucky.
They don't hit enough shots for him. I can honestly say that. He passed the ball. They do not hit enough open shots for him.
Right.
Okay, so my thinking is as the team gets better, the scoring around him gets better, he may look for others next season or the season after that.
He does look for them, though.
No, well, according to, let's say, to Chuck, he's a shoot-first type of player, and I'm thinking maybe he's thinking that way because he sees the team around him not scoring outside of Randall and Barrett.
Goose, he's thinking that way because that's what Tibbs wants him to do.
No, that's
they pulled up a stat. They pulled up a stat with him, and they said that Quickly passes the ball to whoever he's on the floor with is no less than 11%. It goes all the way up until what it was, all the way up until 51 to Julius Randle, and at the least guy that he passed the ball to, it was 11%. So when you on the floor with him, you're gonna get some touches. What you do with it is what affects the team.
And y'all got to remember, Tyrese Maxey was a higher prospect playing next to Emmanuel Quickly for a reason.
I think it's too soon to label Quickly until we see his progression and the team gets better around him. I think the team that he has now around him is not going to be the team he's going to see around him in 2 years.
Right. And so basically what Rob is saying is that Chuck is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
About what?
About Emmanuel Quickly only looking for his.
That's true. He doesn't.
Majority.
No, Chuck. No, Chuck. What I'm saying, man, is this take on Quickly is wildly inaccurate.
He's a shoot first combo guard. Period. Shoot first combo guard.
I think he has like 3 games with over 7 assists.
My man just told you.
He had 2. One was 7.
My man just laid out the pass percentage, right? And you just
low.
said that's not. Are you serious?
Yes, that's low. And I laid out the shot attempt stats. He shoot more than Paul George and Anthony Davis.
Don't you think it's not out of necessity? Low. If you put Jalen Suggs and you remove Quickly, is he gonna make Bullock's shots drop? Is he gonna make Rivers' shots drop?
I quit.
And he shoots more than those two guys because they have LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard, respectively.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh,
okay.
Boy.
So, yeah, of course they're going to shoot less.
That's ridiculous. I named 2 superstars.
Yeah, who have 2 better players. Who has 2 better players.
He shoot more than Randall and RJ, too. What are you talking about?
That's what he does. And he's good at it. He's more efficient than them.
What?
Than RJ. At least.
I quit, please.
Now, he hasn't put up more shots than Randall. That's
per
not
36,
true.
Per 36.
He haven't put up more shots than Randall.
Per 36.
But he's not playing 36.
He don't play 36.
Being that he was even out a couple
he
more
don't even play
games.
36.
You already said you don't even like that stat, Chuck.
All right,
I know, you literally said that.
Said you don't even
you
like
said,
that stat.
everybody says per 36, and then you're going to go and use it.
You done said many times.
He likes it if it fits his narrative.
You done said many times you don't even like that stat.
You never made a good point. Look, I quit. Quickly's the MVP. Quickly's the MVP next year. He's the best point guard. He's not a combo guard. He's the best point guard in the league. All right? He's going to average 20, 10, and 15.
And he has a better chance of being Rookie of the Year than Obi.
Hey, so Chuck, let me ask you this: who shoots the ball more, Emmanuel Quickly or Lonzo Ball?
Alonzo Ball quickly shoot it the less in the league, but yeah.
So who shoots the ball more, Lonzo Ball or Emmanuel Quickly?
Alonzo Ball, because Quickly don't shoot.
Right.
Quickly looks for others. Quickly is a facilitator. He's a floor general. He looks to get his teammates involved. Then when he can't do that, then he makes it. Then he takes his shot. He waits for guys
Freezing. Can I put a little context to this?
Oh, okay.
So this year, advanced stats say 24.4% of Emmanuel Quickly possessions end up in assist. Now, Tyrese Halliburton's possessions, 26.2% of his possessions end up in assist. And he's more widely known as a pass-first type player with a 1.5% difference in possession.
Wow.
So
now put the usage rate with it.
Wow.
That's
good stat. Good
100%, Chuck. So 24.4% of Emmanuel Quickly's.
Put the usage rate. Who has the ball more?
Let's see. Usage rate.
Thank you.
So, hold on. I'm on the website, dog.
Okay. All right.
So Tyrese Halliburton's usage rate is 15.7%. Emmanuel Quickly's is
23.
Let me get there, fam.
Okay. All right, get there, fam.
Emmanuel Quickly is 27.8%.
27. Whoa, good lord. Whoa.
Yes.
Hello.
But
Hello.
Now, we talked about this the other night. Usage rate is such a flawed stat.
Yeah, but he got Fox
that he has Fox, Buddy Hield.
He has Fox, Buddy Hield. What you talking about?
Also, everybody knows how flawed a stat usage rate actually is because it does not use assist into its equation.
Yeah, he's coming off like,
27 for a dude off the bench. 27.
Yeah,
they both off the bench. We need him like that.
No. He got the second highest usage rate on the team.
Yeah, do you know how usage rate is figured out?
On the team. Behind Randall only.
Good.
All right, now I quit. Can we change the subject? Quickly's the MVP. He's gonna draw 3 charges tomorrow, by the way.
Nah, he probably hit a couple shots that we need, though.
He's gonna outplay Kobe White like he did last time, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, he probably kick him too, being that he kick people when he shoot.
As long as the foul's getting called, I'm cool.
The same way.
Yeah,
he always has that leg out.
People the same way. No, he kicks it out.
He always does that with every shot, even if he's open.
He does.
That's how he shoots it. It's not that he's doing it on purpose because someone's there. He shoots that when nobody's around him. He shoots it just like that, even if someone's with him defending him.
Yeah, but he's getting a call on it though. That's the difference.
You should be happy about that.
He's kicking people and getting a call.
Oh my God, he don't kick people to get the call. That's the way he shoots.
No. He's doing a Reggie Miller. The ball is already gone.
Oh my God, you get mad when somebody, one of your guys gets to the free throw line. You get mad at it.
Because I said I'm quit. I'm getting mad because I said I quit and y'all still going.
So okay.
We got to stop because
so Eric G, who shoots the ball more, Emmanuel Quickly?
I'm just going to
ignore so Emmanuel Quickly or Elfrid Payton.
Who shoots the ball more, Emmanuel Quickly or Elfrid Payton?
Right. Is a trick question. By the way.
Elfrid Payton shoots it more.
Okay. All right. So right now I'm looking at field goal attempts per game, and I see that Emmanuel quickly takes 10 shots per game, and at the same in that same measure, Elfrid Payton takes 11 shots per game.
Yeah, he does.
Hey, Freezy, what's the per 100? Because that kind of like equals it out for playing time and all that stuff.
So let me
per 100 is probably the best way to do one of those stats, like per 36. Per 100 is probably the most accurate.
Then it's definitely Peyton.
Shot attempts.
Yep.
Quickly's number 1 on the team.
I thought you said you was finished.
Yeah, you love it. Yo, you love it.
The question. You asked the question. You asked the question. You love it. You asked the question.
You love it. You love it.
You love it. You love it.
And so let me find the Knicks real quick. Just want to go back to, because I want to be fair in this thing. So I'm looking at the splits for the New York Knicks. And
number one.
Hey, IKBM. That's he said my boy Chuck got more hats than ideas. And he might be right.
All right, so field goal attempts on a team.
Got about
they go 16.5 for Randall, 15.5 for RJ, Elfrid Payton at 11, Alec Burks at 10.2, Emmanuel Quickly at 10.1.
Thank you. That shoots the most in the team. Crap, get it out.
No. Didn't you say per 100? Possession?
Yeah, I did.
No.
PBD has it in the chat. He said IQ 25.7, EP 19.8 per 100.
Right. So per 100 is a projection. It's not a fact.
Yeah, but we know with the minutes.
Right. So per 100 is just a projection. Right.
Yeah, but per 100 is usually a better projection than per 36.
Yeah, but
right. No, I agree with you on that one. I agree with you on the per 100 over per 36 minutes. Right. Yeah. The per 100 possessions
25th
is but the thing is, no matter what you project, my man only takes 10 shots a game.
Yep.
So no matter what stat we go to try to find, Emmanuel Quickly shoots more. The fact is, real data says he takes 10.1 shots per game.
And he's like 5th on the team.
And 5th on the team.
Thank you.
As long as he's not turning over the ball.
He don't turn the ball over either.
No.
He doesn't turn over the ball.
And everybody over him play way more minutes.
And he still balls.
So what?
All right. Never mind.
You're done, right? You quit.
Somebody make a point. When somebody make a point, it's so what? This is
ridiculous.
No. Hey.
No.
No.
So you're saying that
he's the MVP? No. This is my final take. Quickly is the MVP of the league next year. The Knicks in 7 over the Lakers in the finals. MVP,
Can I say something too? To help support Chuck in this, because what people do is they take numbers, right? They take numbers and they use it out of context. When you say Emmanuel Quickly takes 10 shots a game, that is over 22 games, right? But we all know Emmanuel Quickly hasn't really. He's had a different, from the first game to this game. Emmanuel Quickly's game has changed. So let's look at it as he wasn't taking that many shots in the first place when he was trying to facilitate. So let's say the last 5 to 10 games, how many shots a game has Emmanuel Quickly taken, right? Because we can say over the last 5, 7, 10 games, he has taken more shots than he did at the beginning of the season. That is a fact. That the whole, if you take the numbers by his entirety, if you take the numbers in his entirety,
if it's a fact, prove it.
I'm doing it right now. So his last 3 games, he took 13 shots, 16 shots, 17 shots. I'm actually going back right now and doing it. Against Utah, he took 11 shots.
During the month of January, he averaged 10 shots a game.
11 shots. I'm going back per game. I'm actually doing it per game, not like, oh, I'm losing or whatever. No, per game over his last 10. 18 shots, which is more than anyone else other than Julius.
A few of those
over his last.
January is a good stat.
He's the most
Because
offensive polished.
It's February 2nd. January is a good stat. All he took in January. That's a good stat.
Yeah, last 10 games.
Since his game changed later on, so all that he took in January,
they do.
that's a good stat.
The argument is they lost.
Yeah, I think this is the roundabout thing. The hate for Quickly is real because other players suck.
And it's sad because he's doing well.
It's wild.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that
It's
a
sad
guy
that you're gonna try to find something. The only bright spot, real besides Randall, you're gonna try to find. You're gonna find something to derail his productivity.
Who is you? Who are you talking to?
W.
You.
And you trying to help Chuck, so you and Chuck.
No, because my thing is this: I refuse to let
the power.
somebody be ganged up on, and y'all are going off of false narratives.
Facts.
No, okay. His last 5 games, 4 of his last 5 games, Emmanuel Quickly is taking more shots than RJ Barrett.
Good.
And he's
making
not like he's missing them.
What's wrong? What's the problem with it? Because in the same way, RJ Barrett's still getting his. Why? RJ Barrett is still getting his. What's the problem with that?
What's wrong with this dude?
We need more scoring.
What's the problem with it? Why are you mad about a guy taking shots?
I don't see how a guy making shots is a bad thing.
I don't get it.
Is RJ shot? I'm sorry. Is Quickly shots coming off of assists? Like, is RJ passing Quickly the ball? Where's Quickly get? It's Quickly's not bringing the ball up the court and going straight to the bucket. I mean, isn't his shots being?
So let me ask you this question.
Just shot it. Yes.
I'm going to do something, right? Who has the ball most in their hands? The top 3 players who has the ball in their hands the most?
Point guard.
No, on the team.
With the Knicks, Randall's got to be up there.
Randall, Payne, RJ probably.
No.
Randall, RJ, and Quickly.
Yep.
So Randall, RJ, and Quickly.
And those are the 3 guys who should be taking the shots.
Let's just say Randall, RJ, Quickly, and Alfred.
It's Alfred Payton. What are y'all even
Alfred
talking
Payton
about?
for sure.
How in the world are you telling me that RJ Barrett has the ball in his hands more than Alfred Payton, the starting point guard?
Facts.
This whole
usage rate.
I'm telling you, Quickly has it more than Payton. That's what I'm telling you.
Recently, yes.
Not over the season so far.
Okay, in the last 5 games, let's just say the top 4 people. The last 5 games. Let's say 5 games. I'm gonna guarantee, just because my eye, I'm not going off of usage and all these advanced stats. What my eyes tell me is Julius, RJ, Quickly, and Alfred have the ball in their hands more than anyone else.
I thought you said 3 players.
Tell me. No, I said 4.
Hey, somebody turn the replay off.
Have the ball in their hands more than anyone else. I thought you said 3. That sounds pretty good. Anyways, so 4 players. Those players have the ball. We can all agree, right? Is this where your eyes tell you?
Hey, Kev, hold on.
I don't know who that is.
Hey, somebody needs to turn the replay off.
Hello? Testing.
1, 2, 1.
That might be you.
It's not me.
Somebody got
an echo playing real bad, man. I don't know who that is.
I'm gonna mute my mic.
Hey, Rocket, what's good? Yeah, somebody had that echo playing, man. It sounded real bad. So, but anyway, go ahead, Kev.
So
it's coming off when you say something.
Mm-hmm. It's coming off Kevin.
Yeah, that might be Kev.
Kev got the State of the New York Knicks podcast microphone going.
It's definitely not my microphone.
Yeah.
Someone else to say something while my mic is mute. Like if I put my mic on mute, I need someone else to say something.
Okay, mute it, Kev. Okay.
1, 1, 1.
Check 1, 2. Let's check 1, 2.
Quickly,
Yeah,
MVP.
Yeah, it's Kev. No, it ain't. I can still hear the echo.
Quickly, MVP. Quickly, MVP.
I hear it coming from everybody.
Best point guard in the NBA.
It ain't me.
So Wayne Peterson said your point is going to a dead end.
No, my point is this. So, hold on. I'm trying to do it as I go.
He's trying to make a new point.
No, my point is this.
Wayne Peterson's a liar. Go ahead with your point. He's a
You guys are
liar.
ignorant.
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 Who is ignorant? I'm trying to figure this out right quick. Like when you say y'all, like who exactly are you talking about?
Until you get some furniture.
Your takes are.
Until you get some furniture.
You said 4 guys got okay.
Calling.
Bro, you don't even know what I do for a living, brother. I got furniture.
I just know you ain't got no furniture. I
got more furniture than you. I just got too much space in this nice house.
Oh yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
We're not getting personal.
Let me ask you a question. Is quickly the way he plays losing us games? Is he the reason why we're losing?
No.
So then why are we even having this conversation? Let's concentrate on why we're losing.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly. Because the level of pettiness is setting all-time record lows the further we go along.
I wonder how
the further we go along, the more petty people get.
I wonder how.
I'm not even answering that question. I was waiting for Kev.
Kev can't find what he's looking for.
No, I'm doing something. Hold on one second. I'm done now.
That's all I'm saying is when the day comes where quickly is taking a shot that loses the game for us, and that day he took 30 shots, then we should be having this conversation. Until then,
this is what I'm getting at. Is the Knicks style of play with the people who have the ball in their hands the most?
To you,
exactly.
The only thing that's not ridiculous to you is you.
But
you know what? Next time you take a piss, mute your mic.
Down before you fall out.
Mute your mic next time you take a piss, man. You gonna shot me? I doubt it. I doubt it. Man, you're an afterthought.
All right,
you're an afterthought, player.
Let's
why
everybody
can't
calm
we
down.
be friends?
Okay, girly.
Yo.
I'm trying to get everybody to calm down.
So we are reaching a new level of pettiness, man. I'm gonna just end the thing right here. I'm gonna just end it right here, man, because we getting mad petty, and some of the stuff that people are saying is just flat out stupid. So I'm gonna just end it right here. I would have loved to go on further, but I don't know if we can control what people are saying about each other. I think everybody needs to take a deep breath and come back later. So
yes, I've never made anything personal.
Right. Yeah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that, man. So I'm gonna say good night to everybody. Hey, Kev W. The debates and stuff was the thoughts and takes and stuff was real. I appreciate, it doesn't seem like it, but I appreciate the fact that we can at least have a legit adult conversation, I'm saying, about the Knicks and stuff. I think this level of whatever it is getting a little bit too heated for what I like to be on the channel. And
yes,
so this is not what I do it for. So I'm gonna say, peace to the chat. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Hey, we out of here. Kev, be safe out here.